Did that work? It looks like it did, so I should be live on both. Okay, so if anyone hasn't seen, we are live on YouTube as well. That's why we had the long startup. I guess if you're paying attention to chat, you probably know that that's what's up. But hopefully everything's going well. I can hear myself. That's not a great start. Not great. Okay, I was doubled up on the stream there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it worked the second time, but not the first time. Really strange. But yeah, okay, so we got the multi-stream working. As you can, as you can tell, when I did get a subscriber, it did pop up earlier. So I do need to figure out how to change that. Not that I don't want that to pop up, I think that's cool, but I probably need to have a separate set of notifications so I'm never confused as to what's happening. But, because it's just using the default shit, and that shit just destroyed my ears. I didn't even have the music all that loud, and the notification just like blared up, blared right into my headset. I don't know if that's gonna be the case for everybody else, but yeah, that's the thing. Multi-stream is goated. I think it's good. I've been meaning to set it up since basically whenever Twitch was like, yeah, you can multi-stream now. What really got me to do it is just purely because I looked up like, hey, you know that whole 3,000 public watch hours thing you need to get a YouTube partnership? Does live streaming count? Does it count for that? And the answer is yes, but not in the moment. It only counts once it goes to VOD. So if you guys are on the YouTube stream, you're counting towards those public watch hours. But only after I end stream, you know what I mean? But that'll be good. That way I can get my public watch hours up, I can post the time lapses, and then I can do the outlining tutorial. But it'll be a lot easier, because it was kind of looking like the time lapses wouldn't cut it in that same respect. So, that is the thing. And yeah, I should probably... here's the YouTube link. Maybe we should pin this. Actually, would it make sense to pin it in the chat? Maybe not. I don't know what Twitch allows in terms of what's okay for multi-streaming. So maybe I just kind of cool it in that front. But, yeah, how's everyone doing today? Unfortunately, didn't get a ton of work done on this piece like I was hoping to, but all that work went into a whole bunch of other areas. Let's see. So, in terms of if you're confused, I managed to talk to Mosobox the other day. So, sorry, I'm getting everything set up. My setup here is different, because I remember you're not allowed to merge the chats together. So I have YouTube here, Twitch here, Streamlabs here, and now I have no place for my reference. So I need another monitor, clearly, but yeah, we'll see what's up. But, oh, here we go. You can add people manually through YouTube Studio Settings Community. How do I get to YouTube Studio? I clearly know this platform. My God. YouTube Studio. Ah, there we go. YouTube Studio. Settings Community. Settings probably called on the bottom left. Community. There we go. Hey, thanks very much to... God, I've got so many things open. Thanks very much to Tina Cutie for dropping the raid. I appreciate that. Thank you. Please make sure you guys are checking out Tina Cutie's channel. Going to be right there in the chat. Make sure you guys are stopping on by, saying hello, and be the kind and inviting people I'd always expect you guys to be. And how goes things on your end? What's up? What's up? We're testing out some things right now, so I haven't done a ton of drawing as of yet. Oh, I just realized that you guys can see my desktop too. Let's turn that off. There we go. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want this stuff all to go down. Since I've never done multi-streaming to YouTube before, but because I want to start doing stuff on YouTube now as well, I wanted to try to figure it out. I just found out how to add mods, so now I can go and add Gumba. Tina Cutie, by the way, if you want to show off what you were working on, I'd be down to see it. Let me see if I can get you a shout out here, or permit, right? Do you need a permit? Yeah, okay, permit. If you want to show off what it was you're working on. Also, thanks very much to Chalkpocalypse for being here. How's it going? Shout out, of course, to Chalkpocalypse. You guys don't know, he does some awesome stuff. If you're looking for some awesome people to be supporting who do some really, really adorable anime artwork, please make sure you guys are stopping on by and saying hello. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not missing too much. I just got rolled by ads, so no, I'm sorry. I don't know how that all works. People talk about... Because some people... How do I put it? I've been on other people's streams, and when people get those immediate ads, a lot of people, like, immediately blame it on the streamer, which makes me think that I probably do have some, like, ability to change it, and that's why they're getting mad. It hasn't happened... Actually, I think it has happened in my stream before, but... I saw it in somebody else's stream, and then they said that they had it set up such that the ads were in a preferable spot. You know, better to get ads when you jump in than opposed to whenever, you know, in the middle of talking or something. But then it happens that if you jump in, then you can't hear things immediately, so I don't really know how that system all works. There's probably something that I haven't checked out. Let's see. Akuya looking good. Oh, thank you. Are you a fan of the show, by the way? I absolutely love this character. She's so adorable. Her and Kiwi. So the fact that, you know, Gushing Over Magical Girls has multiple best grown candidates, always a good thing, right? Also, I see. Hold on. I'm trying to get my everything set up here. I probably don't need the Streamlabs chat, so I think what I can do is split my main monitor into two. So I've got half a monitor, half a monitor, half a monitor, half a monitor, half a monitor. And here we go with the final bit. Okay, you can merge chat for your personal use, but you cannot merge chat. Oh, that would help. Let's see. What most people do. That makes sense. That makes sense. I understand. Huh. How would I want to do that? Well, one thing I just now noticed I can do. Can I make a... Hold on. Nothing I'm saying is a complete sentence. Don't you worry. I want to make the... Something I've been meaning to do for a long time is how do I make the chat transparent? Hello! What's happening? Hold on. Oh, is that Project Cassette? Yo! Thank you so very much for the $10 dono, I appreciate it. It's been a while from mod to #1 lurker. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. Wait, were you... Wait, hold on. Been a while from mod to #1 lurker? Wait, are you not mod? Oh, but yo, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here. How goes it? How goes it? And then thank you so very much again for the $10 dono. It genuinely does help a lot, and thank you so very much for the support. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to orient everything, because I'm like really off my game at the moment. I'm juggling so many things, so it sounds like I should probably, for my own use, make reading chat a bit easier. But looking so good there. Oh, this is over to the Tina link, right? Yes. Ooh, this is really cute. I like it. I like it. Very nice, very nice. Please make sure you guys are checking out Tina's channel, by the way. Shoutouts, of course, again, because the artwork's looking absolutely adorable. I love that. I love everything about that. So very nice, very nice. I'm not sure what YouTube allows me to show, so I'm not sure if that's kind of pushing the boundaries or not. I have genuinely no idea. So I need to read up more on what's like okay to show and what's not okay to show. I figured that this piece is definitely okay, since, I mean, clips of this character in this outfit are on YouTube just fine. So, in this case, it's not pushing the boundaries too much, but I do need to figure out where the boundaries are. Hopefully, and, you know, hopefully not by walking into set boundaries. That'd be nice. We're on YouTube now. What's going on, GH? How's it hanging? How's it hanging? Let's see. This is the boss, by the way. Got you. I got you. Using the same whatchamacallit, right? The Nikkei name, right? Is multi-stream for getting benefits on YouTube? Yeah, just to help getting partnered faster. Plus, I mean, I've wanted to multi-stream to YouTube ever since Twitch allowed us to, so. Let's see. Neopi is fine on Twitch, mostly, but YouTube can be fussy. That's why I was wondering if this piece was even okay, but as I looked into it, I mean, there are plenty of clips on her on YouTube just fine, so it should be okay. I can't imagine this piece would be all that crazy for YouTube. You know, otherwise, wouldn't all the videos of Matama get age-gated if that were the case, so it should be okay. Let's see. Will we get partners soon? I think I need 3,000 public watch hours and then 3 multi-stream, and then I need 3 live streams, or, you know, 2 live streams plus a time lapse, because I do have the time lapse that I'm cooking up. So, couple of things I've got going. Basically, I just need 3 things uploaded to YouTube within the last 90 days. I need 3,000 public watch hours, and I think that's it. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to add a channel dashboard. Let me add Gumba to mods. Do I just link his YouTube? Is that a thing? Ah, yes, that is exactly how that works. Ah, okay. Also, if you're a mod on my Twitch chat, let me know. I can mod you on my YouTube as well. Also, if you guys haven't noticed the playlist, because I realized Tina mentioned it, but the playlist is a little bit different today. So it's basically all stuff that's okay for YouTube, because despite the fact that Twitch allows me to separate the audio, YouTube does not do that. So because YouTube doesn't do that, I'm going to try to figure out basically just a cleaner playlist. It's only 4 hours right now, which kind of sucks, which means, you know, over the course of a couple days, you guys will hear every song on this playlist. So I'm trying to add more things as I go. I found out that Cosmograph, as of the start of this year, started uploading a ton of Nikke music. So I've got quite a few songs from Nikke's selection here. That's why you guys could hear the Halloween theme from earlier, the ACPU freeze. What other ones? I also got things like... I was hoping that they added the new Cash Shop theme, because that's probably my favorite song from Nikke right now. But unfortunately, it's not there. There are other things, though, like, shoot, what are some of the other sick ones? Let's see. I think I played Moving Fortress earlier. It's Showtime's really good. I like that one. Let me cue that one up next. Nikke's OST is allowed. Yes, I'll probably just play I'll probably just put a whole lot of gacha music, low key. Because I mean, Nikke has a ton of songs. They're all bangers. So, where's the playlist? I'll put it up. I'll put a link. How do I get the link again? Share, copy link to playlist. There we go. That's the playlist in its current state. I'll put that in the YouTube chat as well. Let's see. Oh, there's Derek. I can add you as a mod as well. Let's see. Who else is a mod? Devos is also a mod. So let's add Devos as a mod on YouTube. Did I catch... Who else do I need to add as a mod to YouTube? There's Afro Ninja King. Add as mod. Okay. Perfect. And thank you so very much to... Dude, I'm like... I'm like looking everywhere. Like, where the fuck's my stuff? Where is it? Love lolies. Yo, thanks very much for dropping a follow. Appreciate your presence in the stream tonight. What's up? Does YouTube have emote support? I have no idea. I'll be honest, I don't watch YouTube live streams. Just straight up. The only person's YouTube... Okay, that's not 100% true. The only YouTube live stream I've sat down to watch in non-VOD form, because I've sat down to watch a couple of scattered VODs, specifically is SkyJLV's YouTube. Just because I can like rewind it whenever he talks about a topic, because he's so knowledgeable on all things Nikke, right? So whenever he says something, it's kind of information that I've never heard of before, or never been privy to. I can kind of like hit the back button and go, oh, what was that he said again? And then he'll explain it, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I got that. And then moving forward, I can, try my best not to disseminate bad info, right? It instantly showed up on my YouTube homepage. Holy shit, did it actually? That's pretty fucking wild if that's the case. Huh. Favorite Nikke song is Tungsten. Is Tungsten one of the Nikke songs? Which one is that? Or when does that one play? I don't know if it's in... I definitely don't have it in my playlist. Let me see. It'd be under Cosmograph. Cosmograph Tungsten? Nothing pops up. I prefer YouTube, but yeah, their chat is really rustic. Yeah. I do think that the YouTube player is just better in just about every way. It automatically saves VODs forever. It, what is the word? It automatically saves VODs forever. While the visibility isn't... Oh, and my brain keeps getting different topics messed up. Hold on, let me pull this up, because the reason I was forgetting is because I needed to get this up in front of me so I didn't get confused. Just my feed, so if anyone drops balls, I can see it, you know what I mean? But, yeah, the YouTube player is just better, just in general. It's worse in, I think, just about every other way, but it's better in terms of, like, being able to watch the stream. But if you want to chat, if you want to do anything that's, like, extra, Twitch is just better. Hey, Mixer, what's up? Damn, did you move your streamer to YouTube? Or when did you move streaming to YouTube? It's not that I moved to YouTube. I'm still streaming to Twitch, but I'm multi-streaming because Twitch allows for that now. And because I want to do more YouTube content, I've already got a whole bunch of things scripted out and everything. All of that will be coming soon, I guess. So one of the reasons I wanted to do multi-streaming to YouTube is so that I can kind of have a platform there already when I start uploading these videos. I've got more tutorial stuff. It's been years at this point, but you know, it's kind of exciting. So I'm looking forward to it, right? Here, we can get into the actual drawing now. Here, let me grab the same color I was using these layers. Oh, that's not right. I was in the wrong area. There we go. So your VODs will automatically be uploaded to your channel. Yep. And any watch hours that go into watching on YouTube will be counted towards trying to get monetized on YouTube. So that's good. I think I need 3,000 public watch hours if I remember right. So yeah, might be a couple of live streams before I get there. So if you want to do a tutorial in the middle of the stream, you could clip it out on YouTube and it'll upload really fast. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to tutorial stuff, I want it to be like a little bit more grandiose than stream clips, but I do think stream clips like that would be really good for doing shorts. Just like really quick off-the-cuff tips. So what you're saying is... Holy shit, listen to that man compensate. So what you're saying is I need to spend all my time watching VODs, okay, on it. I mean, that's up to you at the end of the day. That's up to you. Let's see. Also, Project Cassette, how's it going? How's it going? You were in the... I read your message first in the YouTube chat, right? Or was it... Did I read it in the... No. It was the donation. Thank you so very much for being here. I was gonna say, I thought you were modded on Twitch. It's been a little while, though. It's been a little while. But I thought that you had been modded on Twitch. Yeah, that's a proper sentence, I think. Nekopara Nunu. Yeah, it took me a second to remember when I read Project Cassette. I was like, okay, you said mod. Thinking back to all my mods that were in the channel over the course of time, and I'm like, oh, this is probably Nekopara Nunu. But yeah, what's up? What's up? I can upload some of the clips I got, which were inspiring to me. Ooh, okay. Sure, nostalgic seeing your old art style and your YouTube time lapses. It's kind of... I was looking at them and it's like, fuck, man. Part of me thinks I should just keep them. But like, what if I get like a... What if somebody jumps in whenever I post my new art tutorial, whenever that happens to be? Because I do need to get it edited down, and I'm not an editor, so I'm not going to be super efficient in that. So bear with me, it's not going to be uploaded for a little while. But, like I said, it's all scripted out and everything. I have also adjusted the script, because there are a couple of things I wanted to add. Namely that, because it's an outlining tutorial, if anyone's wondering who has jumped in for the first time in a while, right? It is an outlining tutorial, and I wanted to say, somewhere in the video, that outlining isn't like the most necessary thing, you know, full stop, right? It's not necessary to getting a good looking anime work. You can get some similar look, or you can get some stuff that does look good without the need for it. But in terms of traditional looking anime, it is embedded in that, if that makes sense. So I wanted that like disclaimer somewhere. It's said a lot more eloquently in the script, but hopefully it makes sense. People see how many years ago it was. Hopefully. I definitely poke fun at myself for not having uploaded stuff here, or stuff to YouTube in a long time, so. Are all the VODs uploaded to YouTube, or VODs from here on out? I mean, Twitch VODs are always up on the channel after I stream, but they only stay up there unless I personally highlight them. And I haven't highlighted a single VOD. Which there are probably a couple of VODs I should have highlighted. Just streams where I'm like, up to it, you know what I mean, or I feel pretty good. I can highlight those, but never done it. So those VODs go away after about 2.5 months, something like that. To YouTube, they're just gonna be there forever. Streams and videos are separate, don't worry about that. Yeah, they're in two completely separate tabs for sure. Let's see. Whoa, Nick. Whoa, what's up? What's up? Kappa YouTube stream? Yeah, we're doing a YouTube stream. It's my first multi-stream, so we're seeing how that goes. But, what with any luck, I'll be uploading to both Twitch and YouTube. So that'll be a good time, right? My old Twitch pic. Oh shit, what's that? What's that? Am I able to see it? Oh, I can't pull up the picture any bigger. I think that's just based on the color scheme. That is Shiro, right? From No Game No Life. Hello. What is up? I'm attempting to stream to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously.
What's up?
I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch.
Oh.
What's up? Cooldown on command. Which one? Oh, the FC. Oh, right. As far as Fallout 4. So which is the Eats Me stream and which is the Nekomiya stream? I don't know. Also, yo, Taz, thanks very much off the tier 1. 6 months up to the stream, 3 months up in a row. Long time be supporting. Of course, I do hope that you're doing alright. What's up? Right now, I'm just trying to get some outlines going. I'm also streaming to 2 platforms, so I'm like kind of juggling a whole bunch of things. Apologies if I'm like, I don't know, kind of spacey in that respect. But doing the best I can. Which Nikkei song did you say is your favorite again? I was reading what somebody else said their favorite song is. In terms of my own... Oh, no, I actually did talk about it. It's the new Cash Shop song. It's on Cosmograph's YouTube channel. But it hasn't been uploaded to Spotify just yet. But yeah, the song is called I Feel So Alive, I think. It's so good. I actually, if you're on the Discord in the general channel, I posted a link to the song and a little animation that somebody made. But that song is so good. I also posted a screenshot, which I think is fucking hilarious. But if you go to... whatchamacallit? Oh, okay, yeah, if you're in the general channel, you'll see it. But the original song that played whenever you were in the cash shop is named Take My Money. And I love that so much. I think that's so fucking funny. Alright, cool, man. Good to know, good to have good waifu drawings here, too. Hell yeah, let's go. Out of curiosity, too, Wonik, did you find the YouTube stream as like did it pop up on your home page? Or is it that you saw that we were live streaming both to Twitch and YouTube and you jumped on over? Animation's cute. I saw that it was in my recommendations today. Dude, it's so good. It's such a fantastic animation. I went to check out the person who made the animation. I went to check out all their other stuff. It's all top quality. I really enjoy the really cutesy, chibi style he's got going. Or they've got going. There we go. Tell me I'm wrong. Itsumi plus Nekomi equals Kisaka. Maybe. That reminds me, it's been a while since I've said hi to Kisaka. I need to drop by her stream and say hello. Let's see. New Cash Shop song is good. Oh, this is the song I was talking about. Let me see. Streaming to YouTube now too? Yeah. I'm trying to essentially get my YouTube monetized for the tutorials that I have coming up. I scripted them out and everything. So the idea is, I actually found out that via multi-streaming, I can, just do my regular streams over to YouTube. I can have the VOD saved, which is just good for, future purposes, right? But then on top of that, what's really cool is that all counts towards getting, partnered on YouTube, which is it's essentially being monetized, right? So, yeah, any hours that are watched over there kind of help me towards that end, right? Let's see. Oh, the theme is called Tungsten. Global theme song. Wow, I'm actually not familiar with this song. Do they not use the song in-game? Huh. She's graduated and doesn't stream anymore? Maybe it's been a while. Oh, that explains why I haven't seen her. That's a bit sad, though. That's unfortunate. Yo, thanks very much to... How do I find this? Where's my feed? Oh, there it is. Okay, thanks very much to Ryan Thanks very much for dropping the sub. Appreciate that. Thank you. I need to set up my notifications on the YouTube side of things, because on the Twitch side of things you have all the customized, you know, follow sounds and everything. On YouTube it's just same thing as always, or rather it's the default is what I mean to say. I do think the outline is looking a little rough on this piece, so I need to play around with that a bit. Actually, YouTube just gave me a random recommendation. Really? I didn't know I had to sub too. Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope that you enjoy the content here. You know what I'm saying? Last time I uploaded to YouTube was a long time ago. So, in terms of the content that you see on YouTube, super old. But, you know, if you check out my Twitter, if you check out my Pixiv, all the other platforms, I can see what my current work looks like. Or maybe what I should do is just pull up some of my work on the side. Oh, I fully finished the Asuna piece. I guess I could show this one off. There we go. Looking nice. So that one is actually coming to the Moso Box merch store. Although, I should probably choose a different piece for now. What's something that I could show 100% and be chilling? I mean, not that I think that that one's the worst piece to show for that. Just until I know exactly what YouTube's okay with showing, I don't want to go too far. We want to toe the line as best we can, right? Here's the Viper piece. There we go. This one's much safer. This one is actually still, I would qualify this as an old piece now, but it still looks good even if it is an old piece. Man, what would be like a new piece I could show that like for sure is okay, you know? I mean, bikini stuff I think is fine. Man, I keep looking through my piece and I'm like, man, these are all old pieces though. I mean, the Privity, I think, new piece, and I think it should be okay as well. There we go. So yeah, this is maybe a better show of what I'm able to do now, all things considered. No problem, man. Totally checking you out more often then. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm waiting for the Nikkei update. Yo, same. New unit looks good. I'm excited. I haven't seen I mean, I haven't like sat down to really delve into the numbers, but just giving it my sort of gut feeling based on what I see. I mean, she's gonna be pretty meta regardless. She is a cooldown reduction unit after all, so we'll be good on that front. I still don't know if it'll be worth, or rather, the buffs that she provides will pretty much only ever go to, you know, in terms of units that have full pierce all the time, we're talking units like, you know, Alice Red Hood. That's pretty much it. There are some units that gain pierce partway through, so think units like Dorothy gains it during burst, same thing with Snow White and Maxwell, same thing with Naga. Those are all units that gain pierce during certain moments. So what I think is probably pretty likely, if she's really good, well, maybe not likely, but if she is good, I mean, she's going to provide a pretty substantial buff to those units. So you might see her in teams like, potentially you could put Leader on a different team. Like, if she ends up being so good that you can justify pulling Leader off of your A team, that would be interesting. I don't think she's going to be that good, but she will at least provide you the flexibility if the numbers end up being good enough for that. I doubt it, but maybe. You'll get, like I said, with the whole Pierce thing, you'll get more out of a unit, say, like Naga. So Tia Naga could get a little bit more damage to justify pulling a unit off. We'll see. Again, I doubt it, but it would be cool. I need to get an updated commission soon, if they're open. I still have my my Meta commission. Oh shit. Yeah, it's one from ages ago. I mean, as far as commissions, I'm a little booked at the moment, but I have been trying to do just a whole bunch of things in the recent times, if that makes any sense. So, or rather, what I mean to say is that I've been putting out a lot more content and trying to catch up as fast as I can to my backlog. A, so I can take more commissions to make a little bit more money on the side. And B, I don't know, just to be a little bit more self-sufficient, if that makes any sense. trying everything in my power to make things work, you know? And luckily I've been working pretty quickly. I need to work on a docky design, boob mouse pad design, boob mouse pad XL design, which will essentially be one and the same, just with a little bit of cropping. And then I need to work on a postcard. I do have the postcard and the boob mouse pad. I think I was told that I was allowed to show it, but there's a quick preview. But yeah, I've been working out the kinks to getting that stuff finished up, and then hopefully clear up my schedule. But yeah, that'll be the boob mouse pad XL. So think of like a really large boob mouse pad with the boobs at the top. So you essentially imagine putting your hand from like your arm goes up this, and then your wrist rests up there. We've also got desk mats coming, posters, wall scrolls, so a lot of stuff. I'm using one of those, hell yeah. A sad since I forgot to redeem the Alleg rewards, like the wallpaper, before the event ended. Since I was so tired finishing the event, I fell asleep. I hope we get it archived in the future. I wonder if you didn't hit the accept button, but you qualified to accept it. I wonder if they just give it to you. Kind of like if you didn't redeem everything in the store, they just give you the credits. It might be the way that it goes. I have no idea. I've always, spent that all before the event ended, but I mean, we'll see, right? It just hit me now. How do I see on YouTube how many views I have? Ah, there it is. I see it. Okay, I have to scroll down. Dude, it's so weird. It's not as nice, honestly, as the way that Twitch does things. Because, like, in order to see chat, I have to scroll down and cut my screen, or how do I put it? I have to cut my playback off of my screen, and then if I want to see like how many people are watching or whatnot, or the description even, I have to scroll down even further. So it's a little bit messed up, just a bit. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do the eyepiece as a mouse pad as well, so let me see if I can get that going real quick. Let's see. Oh, shit. Sorry, I just saw something that was sent to me. Or Chalk sent this to me just a moment ago. Chalkpocalypse, are you still there? I might have missed if you were talking about this in chat earlier. But did you make those 3D models? Hold on. I know you mentioned something quite... Yeah, Cap, I need to show you something. Oh, shit, that was a while ago. I don't know if you're still here, Chalk, but goddamn. That's crazy. I need to know if you made that, because that is fucking insane, if that is the case. Which one's better, Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint? Personally, I think that Clip Studio Paint, in terms of illustration, works better. It depends on what you're using it for, though. Photoshop, if you're trying to do, like, 3D texturing, is just better. You know what I mean? If you're trying to edit a photo, well, it's in the name, right? Photoshop's going to be better at that. So, if you're trying to do illustration work or animation work, I don't know why I said it like that. If you're trying to do illustration work or animation work, Clip Studio is going to curb stomp Photoshop into the ground. It's not even going to be funny. Photoshop's a really janky, really buggy program these days. But there are some things that only Photoshop is capable of. And for those purposes, 3D texture mapping, photo editing, these things Photoshop will be better at. 2D design as well. Albeit, if you're trying to do 2D design, you're probably not using Photoshop anyways. You're probably using Adobe Illustrator, because same branches of programs, right? So those are the three things I think Photoshop wins out on. And in one of those cases, you wouldn't even be using Photoshop for that purpose, right? But if it comes to doing things like what I do, which is illustration work, then yeah, Clip Studio is better. Much better. Kenzie, thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you're having a great day. If you install TL, you can put it in more Twitch-esque play. Oh, that would be nice, actually. I might try to do something like that, then. Oh, right. So I wanted to message Mosobox. You think the Hoshino eyepiece could be a desk mat too? I see Nip and Noob on YouTube. What's up? What's up? Sorry, I'm a little late to reading that in the chat, but yeah, we got the YouTube multi-stream working. So hopefully that's going to be good. Very upfront about how I'm using YouTube here to, or I'm using the YouTube multi-stream to hopefully get monetized up on YouTube. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you guys, you know, sit down, you watch through that platform as well, then it helps me, and I would be very grateful. Obviously, you do you, though. I can't tell you how to live your life, right? Speaking of 3D models, I've gotten into the craft recently, and I've gotten my very first 3D avatar finished, and I'm now working on a crazy 5-in-1 avatar. 5-in-1 avatar. How does that work? I can't say I'm familiar with that. Huh. You find a jukebox in the outpost? I have it saved in my song on the main screen. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hope today's going well. What's going on, Mega Fan King? How's it going? Hello, hello. Yeah, my day's been going pretty alright. It was a little hectic in terms of trying to get the stream started, like the multi-stream aspect of things, but it seems to be okay. Also, let me message Chalk back since I totally missed his message. There we go. It's Neo from Ruby. It's a toggle to change to other Team Ruby member. Oh shit, that's really cool actually. I wonder how that works to get, so, because it's a one, or it's like multiple models within the one, right? So is it like you crunch them all up inside of her, and then when you want to change, they all just kind of pop out into full size? Did you end up sorting out that Patreon thing, by the way? Yes, so I found out that the reason it didn't work on Twitch last night is because I didn't pay. It's purely that, which is kind of dumb, but it's okay. So basically, to multi-stream on Streamlabs, I had to buy, whatchamacallit? I had to buy Streamlabs Ultra, which is like $150 a year, which is kind of fucked. But it's a write-off. I literally use it for my job, so it's whatever, right? Like it's money that I have to spend anyways, so it's whatever. But yeah, now it pops up. That was literally the only thing missing, is I just didn't pay money. So we actually, right at the start of the stream, we got a Patreon sub in that respect, and that one was, let's see. Oh, actually, I remember we got the sub, but for some reason it didn't pop up in my feed, so I can't remember who pledged. But it did pop up right at the very start of the stream. I kind of wonder why that was the case, though. Sort of. I have an animation in particles to hide all that crunching, but still very much a work in progress. Ah, okay, okay. Nikkei colors of your choice? What colors would I associate with Nikkei? Usually red and black, because Brappy, right? Maybe a little bit of yellow, too, for honest. Maybe I can do that as a custom theme. Whoa. We're good. Persona 4 music. There is a lot of video game music in the playlist. So lots of Persona music, lots of Hyperdimension Neptunia, lots of Nikkei. And I'm going to be adding to the playlist, so right now isn't gonna be it, or what we have in the playlist right now isn't like the final version of the playlist, you know. So what did I say? I mean, black and red, can't really do black, so I'll leave it as white. We'll throw red. That's not what I meant to do. We'll throw red on the sides. They are red, it's just really dark. And then what did I say? Yellow for Honest. Maybe a splash of blue for Neon. And we'll leave it at that. That's pretty Nikkei-ish. Then we'll turn the lights up. There we are. Whoa, YouTube stream. What's going on, Shamian? How's it hanging? Oh, hello. And let me know if I'm saying your name properly, by the way. But yeah, we're doing some multi-streaming, so I plan to do more stuff on YouTube. So if you're here from, you know, perhaps your YouTube homepage, then that's pretty neat. I'm kind of surprised YouTube's putting me on people's homepages, because apparently that happened to a couple of people, and that's really shocking to me. I'm not gonna lie. Isn't that RGB just? Well, without the G, I guess. Let's see. Agent. Ah, what's up, Agent Spider Shark? How's it going? How's it going? What up? What up? Out of curiosity, did I pop up, or did you find the YouTube stream based on finding the Twitch stream, seeing that I'm streaming to YouTube and then saying something in the chat? Or did you find it just in your YouTube, like, homepage? Because if it was just in your YouTube homepage, I've got to say, YouTube's been on it. That's kind of crazy. The fact that I haven't used YouTube in, 3 years, 4 years since I last did anything, like, really structured and rigid, right? And yet I would still be popping up. The fact that I would still pop up in YouTube's homepage is wild. Like, that is actually crazy. Hey, Chocolate Sub, dude, sub. Let's see. Oh, you're giving feedback? It will be... Oh, shit. Told the main version be more original than like... Ah. Damn, that is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. So is it... So somebody you know is making the models then? And they're making it into a figurine? That's crazy. How do they do that? How do I pay them to make me a figurine? Dude, I would love to get like a Eat Smear Nickel Me a figurine. That'd be sick. I got the YouTube notification and immediately jumped on it. That's so crazy, dude. YouTube's like, he's back, push notifications. I can't believe that that's how the system works. It's wild to me. Did you hear that Rooster Teeth's trying? Yeah, I did hear that today. That's, on one hand, I get it. Rooster Teeth's kind of been a fucking mess for a long time now. But it's also just sad to see, man. It's sad. Like, that's so much of my childhood is just in Rooster Teeth. Whether it be, like, Red vs. Blue, Ruby, Achievement Hunter, all of that. I watched that stuff religiously in middle school, high school, and even past that to some degree. Made me a little sad because WB dropped Ruby too. Yeah, that's so sad. I used to like Ruby, dropped off. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. As soon as Montione passed away, Ruby just wasn't the same series anymore. And it felt... Like, you could just feel it in the way that the show kind of went on forward. I don't know. So, on one hand, I wasn't really actively watching any of their properties, but it's still sad to see them go. You know what I mean? Some of the original artists are trying to get the IP for it. That would be interesting. I wonder what they could do with that. Like, you know, because you say they're original artists. I don't know if they're going to be able to make some high production thing. Whenever I think artist, I don't think, you know, millionaire or multi-millionaire. But that would be cool. I also saw that Dishwasher said he'd be willing to join. Really? That'd be fucking sick. All I'm saying. Doesn't Dishwasher do gacha artwork as well? Yo, could we be seeing some like Nikke or not Nikke, Ruby gacha game? I know people loved Red vs. Blue. Never watched it. It's really good, genuinely. Like, it starts off as just a goofy webtoon, or I say webtoon. I was about to say webcomic to adjust that. No. It starts off as just a goofy web series where you watch it, it's funny, it is what it is, and then you kind of put it down. But once you get into, like, some of the deeper seasons, dude, it gets really good. It gets really, really, really good. I'm trying to remember which of the seasons were my favorite. I believe I jumped in during season 8, which is when they got Montione on, I think. Or, I don't think that's when they got him on, but that's when they gave Tex the insanely badass Montione episode. And I saw that on YouTube. I'm like, holy shit, what is this about, you know? Then I went through, watched it all from... you know, start to finish up until that point. And yeah, it's good. I do think it's rough to get into now, just because, I mean, you're talking about people who made a web series back in, like, the, you know, early mid-2000s, right? So the quality at the start isn't super great or anything like that, so don't expect it to be super great. But it eventually becomes a really genuinely good show. Unfortunately, it does fall off after the... God, which season was it? Does anyone remember the season with Felix? I don't remember which season it was, but the season that capped off that entire arc, which I believe was like... It must have been seasons like 11 through 13 or something. I can't exactly remember the numbers. But, all the Halo 4 arc. Whichever season finished off the Halo 4 arc, I believe after that point the show falls off. But it's good all the way up until that. And it's not that future seasons are completely devoid of anything good. They have a lot of good ideas. They just don't execute on them super well. Hey, yo, Cap on YouTube too. What's going on, Vincent? How's it going? Hello, hello. Spartan Rhino as well. Yo, it has been forever, dude. How's it going? Been a long time since a YouTube Cap. Glad I didn't miss one. Yo, what's up? What's up? Hopefully you're doing all right. I don't know how late I am to reading that message, but it has been like ages. Hopefully life's been treating you nicely up in the meantime, right? Also, Tom, what's going on, dude? How's it going? How's it going? But yeah, we're doing multi-streaming to YouTube now, so I don't know if it'll be every stream. It'll just be the streams where I know that I can do it. Like, if a piece that I'm drawing is kind of iffy, I might not stream it to YouTube, but that'll be like maybe the one exception. Otherwise, you know, this will be the way that we do things. The company approached me. I don't know. They're small though. Damn. Okay. Out of curiosity, what company is it? I want to see if they make like some super quality figures. Let's see. Thanks very much. I'm looking over here for the follow notification. I have to look here right now. Tatiana, thanks very much for dropping the follow. I appreciate that, of course, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Can't change the room colors on YouTube. Ah, true. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that'll be a Twitch exclusive thing. With the community art channel in the Discord, where I post my art, or is that a different channel? Yeah, you can post it in there. Yeah. Go for it. Sorry, I know I've done very, very shockingly little drawing. We'll get to it. Just, it's been a little bit of a hectic start to the stream just because I'm trying to get everything all set up and ready to go. I'm glad it's worked out though. Like, it was a little confusing at the start. We had to, you know, start stream, end stream with like 5 seconds. Or just about 5 seconds in, but seems to work out. Favorite character was Yang. She's funny and badass. I liked Yang quite a bit, albeit I feel like they kind of completely messed up a lot of her character arcs. As far as I remember, I remember really, maybe not enjoying, but I was pretty okay with some of the stuff that happened in Volume 3 as far as how, you know, what direction they're going to take her as a character. I thought it was going to be really interesting. And then they just, I don't know, it's like they solved it off screen. It's kind of fucked. Like, they had such a cool premise for a storyline with that character, and I did hear, to be fair, that in later volumes they came back to it. But the fact that they didn't, I don't know, they didn't capitalize on it while the iron was hot, essentially. You have this character, you have this traumatic thing happen to them, how do they adjust? And it feels like a lot of them learning to adjust happens off screen. And they kind of just get over it, like PTSD be damned. And yeah, not my favorite approach. Again, I did hear that later on they did get into it a bit more. But, you know, multiple volumes later, multiple years later, like, do people even care about that plot point anymore? In my case, I didn't. Uncle Crow is definitely the GOAT. True. Saying earlier that the story was probably the weakest thing about RWBY. Yeah. Yeah, not wrong. The RWBY trailers will always remain godlike. The RWBY trailers are so good. Sucks that an incredible game never came out of RWBY either. They had the one, what was it, Grim Eclipse? Which I thought was pretty good. It was kind of limited, though, and I don't believe they did very much with it. But I remember playing it on Steam and really enjoying it. Fortunately, it didn't have like a huge community around it, so I feel like it died pretty quickly. I remember Montiome when he was... Because Montiome was somebody that had a big hand to play as far as other action video games out there. I don't know how to say it. Action, like, beat-em-up games. He had ideas for how he wanted the game to play out and how cool it would be. It's unfortunate that I feel like none of those ever really made their way into an official RWBY game. Because he was talking about like cool systems with like parrying and like animation canceling when you did certain things. It sounded really neat. It has to have the budget of a Devil May Cry game, and feel like one too. It has to be AAA. Yeah, I get that. Favorite fighting style, like Mercury style. You can learn to do some of the humanly possible things he did. He's the guy. He basically was just a kicking character, right? That's what I remember about him is that his fight against, was it Yang? I think it was. Let's see. Oh, I see a link right here. Let's see. Not super high quality. 3D printed, it's sanded. Some of these do look really nice though. Yeah, the as you put it here, the one that you mentioned does look pretty sick. I find it so cool that they're like asking you for whatchamacallit? What is the word I'm looking for? They're like asking you for what you would adjust on the 3D model, you know what I mean? That's cool. I definitely gotta give them a... Oh, they're a Facebook. I thought that was a Twitter page. I don't have a Facebook. Hold on. There we go. Yep, and he was voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, so I immediately loved him. True. Honestly, any character voiced by Yuri Lowenthal just becomes so much more likable right out the gate. Hard to miss. Asanagi usually posts his figurine feedback publicly on Twitter. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, they actually do have a Twitter page. Ah, here we go. That's cool. This is interesting. 3D modeling, printing, and rendering services. Wow, okay. Okay. Posted a quick recap on the first model on the Community Arts channel. I can check it out. Ah, there it is. Let's see. Oh, it looks like it's turning out nicely. Looks pretty good. And 3D modeling is quite the skill. It's definitely one that in the future, at some point, whenever I get less busy, I'd like to learn how to do it. I felt the opposite. I like so few of Yuri's characters, sadly. Really? I seen Yosuke hit though. That's fair, that's fair. Are you really not a fan of, let me think. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of like, what are some good Yuri characters? Or Yuri Lowenthal characters? Pixie. Which one's Pixie? I actually am not super familiar, if I'm being real. I know Sasuke. I know Sasuke and Spider-Man, actually. I knew both of those. And I also knew Ben 10. Okay, I did know all of them. It didn't come to me immediately, though. Ace Combat Zero. Can't say I'm familiar with that. He's like John Freedom from Helldivers. John Freedom. Is that the... Oh, no. Which guy is John Freedom? I can't say I'm familiar. Was he the guy in the video that we watched on stream? Well, I mean, that clearly wasn't him, but like, was it his voice maybe? Was he like dubbing over him or something? Although I kind of doubt that. They probably did just use an actor and made a 3D model of that guy and had him voice. That's the joke. He just plays as the soldiers he plays as. Or he is the soldiers that you play as. Okay, that makes sense. He's your troubled ally in the game, and he's excellent at that. Your troubled ally. That's one way to say it. The guy from Soul Calibur. Guy from Soul Calibur. Which would that be? I mean, to be fair, not the most familiar with Soul Calibur. Even if you told me, I'm not even sure I'd be able to get it. Let's see. Posting the feedback publicly. Ah. That's so cool. In Ace Combat 0, he's much more of a mellow character. Is he like one of the main characters in that one or something? I don't even know what Ace Combat is. If I were to guess, probably some sort of fighter pilot game. Probably. I wonder if I should not use the texture brush for this. Use a really thin outline. Or a really thin brush. Pen. That's a really long thumb. I'm only just now noticing that. It's okay. Fighter Pilot game series. Ah. Makes sense. With a name like that, it does just kind of scream, what is it? Fighter Pilot game. Pretty sure my dad played a, he played a game like that a long ass time ago. Whenever I would watch him play PC games, it was always that or Counter-Strike, and then whatever Counter-Strike version was out at the time. 1.5, 1.6, what have you. Oh, it was called Fighter Ace. Fighter Ace. So whenever I hear Ace in the name of a game, I just always think pilot. Ace Combat's like a silly fighter pilot game. Oh. Is it really popular? I've literally never heard of it until now. It used to be really popular. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, let's see what our outline's looking like. It's pretty good so far. Not bad. It's kind of a cult following thing, I think. Makes sense. Let's make this window a little smaller. There we go. That way I have a little bit more real estate to work with when it comes to actual drawing, right? Let's see. Am I missing anything over here? Looks like I'm all caught up on the YouTube chat. Okay, we're chilling. I like having to, like, split where I'm looking. It's not too bad though, because the Twitch chat's the one that's what is the word? Much more active. But every now and then I find myself like stealing looks over, just double checking. It's beloved by people who follow it, but otherwise it's low key. Makes sense. Let's get this line up. Felt a little empty in this area. Add a little line weighting underneath. I'm not trying to to focus too much on the line weighting for now. I could theoretically do it all in one step, where, you know, on first try, I just get the line weighting perfect. Like if I were to try that right now, I do something like this. Really thick outline until it gets thinner. It is a little more stressful to outline that way, but you can do it, and if you're really good at it, you can outline things super quickly. There's a game called Project Wingman recently that's sort of inspired by Ace Combat, and it's got the same silly quirks. You play in VR too. Ooh, VR sounds like it'd be really fun for something like that. Hold on. Oh, I just got a message back from Moso. Oh, I think I need to send him the piece, just so he knows which one I'm referring to. Where is it? Ah, here we go. There we go. Sorry if I'm going on a niche spiel. I love the Ace Combat series so much. No, I enjoy hearing about things people enjoy. Or I enjoy hearing people talk about things that they enjoy, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I think it's fun. Nerdy, not neat. Okay, I kind of figured as much. Or rather, I figured it was a typo. I couldn't figure out which word you were referring to in particular, but... Alright, let's outline... I really don't like the way I did this nail right here. I will draw in the nails, I just don't know exactly how I want to outline them. Because there's no sketch, right? I just have to freehand it. Recently, I've been getting really good at that, though. In some of my recent pieces I uploaded to Patreon, I was just double checking, like, all of the layers, I guess you could say, on all the pieces, just to see, like, make sure I have all the files that or make sure I didn't delete anything, make sure I didn't have, I don't know, just like any of those layers that say, like, be right back on them. Just making it all clean and concise so that people can read into it pretty easily. I found some of my pieces, like, dude, some of the sketches are just nothing. I got really good at just looking at like a face like this and just going like, yeah, and, you know, fading that out and going, yeah, the eye looks like this. You know what I mean? It's just straight up outlining right over top of it without the sketch. I'm really happy that I've developed that ability. It's not consistent, though. I can only do it from certain angles. So, basically, only if the piece is easy. If the piece is easy, I can do that. Otherwise, I need to make sure that everything's, like, laid out super perfectly. Like, with a piece like this, for example, it's not too hard. Maybe, what would be an example of, like, a hard angle? Maybe, like, the Numi piece, if you guys have seen that one. That piece also had, like, a sketch that was really, really involved. Because the angle for that one was quite crazy, I guess you could say. Super high angle, lots of, like, I guess, areas of the body being blocked. Lots of, like, crazy perspective. So with a piece like that, I need to set it up more, but I'm proud of myself that if it's just a character standing there, like, really simply, that I can just kind of wing it. Because winging it's just going to be faster at the end of the day, right, than having to rigidly set up everything. Don't know if I'm saying that all that eloquently, but... Oh, hold on. I forgot what I was doing. I was trying to refill my energy drink. There we go. Slop SG, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Hopefully life's treating you nicely. Doing our first multi-stream here, so I think I got it all figured out. I don't think that there's anything that still needs adjusting, at least. Well, other than the notifications. That stuff is still a little wonky. Hopefully I can get that cleaned up. Actually, do I want to change that side of the finger? I actually think I want to change the other side. This one. Because I kind of like the curve on this side over here. There we go. Let's see, it's got the same personality as EDF. EDF. I can't say I recognize what EDF is off the top of my head. I feel like I should. There's an is it the Extraction game that has those, what do you call it? That has that acronym? I don't know. I guess I could look it up. Well, looking up stuff right now with my setup's a little awkward, but I think I can do it. EDF. EDF group. No, it's probably not any of these. Maybe if I do game. EDF game. Earth's Defense Force. I know so little about that one. It comes up from time to time. I think we were talking about that game the other day, but even now I still don't know what it is, other than I think it's about killing a whole bunch of insectoid aliens, I think. Kind of like whatchamacallit, Starship Troopers-esque. Could be totally wrong on that. Oh, also, Mosobox just said, to all the people who were asking earlier about getting the Hoshino Eye piece as a desk mat, he said he'd be down. So that one should be on its way as well. So there'll be an Itsumi desk mat, a Hoshino Eye desk mat, and then I told him that I wanted to make a Nekomiya desk mat, but I wanted it to be of the same quality as the Itsumi one, so I'll probably find a way to do that. Since I feel like the Itsumi piece, I made a Nekomiya piece right after, but it wasn't quite as good. So I wanted to give that one another go. Now we can have like matching desk mats between Itsumi and Nekomiya. Don't know what pose I want to do though, or if I want to find like a. Actually, I was gonna say maybe I can find like an older piece of mine that fit the bill, but I don't think I really made any like. How do I put it? Landscape Nekomiya pieces. They've all been portrait. What Itsumi piece is being made into the desk mat? The bed piece. This is the one I sent over to Moso. This one. But yeah, has it cropped out and everything. But yeah, so that one's being made into a desk mat. And then I want the Nekomiya piece to be of a similar level of quality. Since I do have a Nekomiya piece that I made right after that was also landscape, but I didn't like it as much. Like, it's okay. But I think that my insistence on painting that piece made it look a little rougher. I don't know. I guess the idea, like, because I also painted the eyepiece as well. The Hoshino eyepiece I painted on a couple of layers. It was like 15 or so layers or so. It was 15 or so layers by the end of the piece. But that one had a much simpler light source. It wasn't like shaded from, or it wasn't lit from multiple angles. It was just, you know, top down. But with the Nekomiya piece, it was backlit and top down lit and lit from the front. And I feel like when I was painting it, I really struggled with making sure that that light source was consistent. At least in my own eyes. I definitely need to play around. I need to play around with the way that I'm outlining the fingernails here. I don't think it's a huge deal, but just playing around with the line weighting and whatnot would be good. Okay, let's also get the ears outlined. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's just this shape, right? And I don't remember how much it hangs off her ear. I actually did have a link. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I made sure I had a link that went straight to that part in the anime where she's singing her song, the lovely Loco song. I don't know where I put that though. Oh, is it over here instead? Apparently I have a whole set of different tabs on the side of things. No, that's not it. Is it over here maybe? Another set of tabs? No. I might have just closed it. Hold on. Now I'm hearing things. Pause that. Okay. Should be okay now. Okay, let's look up Local Musica. I just want to make sure that when I'm outlining this, I'm doing it right. Okay, so I've got the link in front of me. Okay, it's mostly on her ear. It barely hangs off. Okay. All that extra effort just to say, like, oh yeah, the way I sketched it out here is pretty accurate. Although, do I want this to be... Hold on, let me look at the shape one more time. Okay, yeah, the shape is pretty much identical to the one that's on her chest. Because the way I sketched it out here, it kind of has like this sort of diamondy look to it. But when I'm looking at the show, it's more rigid like this. Again, it just matches what's on her chest. And for some reason, I didn't trust myself to do that. Did I miss anything? Looks like we're good. Let's have that cut in a bit. I'm trying to think of like what the base of this star looks like, and then we'll build up from there. So I think the base of the star would look something like this, although it's a little lopsided. Hold on. Let's bring this bit down. Might be easier if I just liquefy tooled it. It is going to make the outlining a bit blurry, but it's fine. It's such a small detail in the piece, it really doesn't matter too much. Dealays, yeah, what's going on? How's your experience been with Mosobox? It's been pretty good. I mean, I haven't had any bad things to say. You know, basically I just send him pieces, he uploads it to my storefront, that's pretty much it. Like, there's no crazy complications. Sometimes he'll give me like recommendations. So for example, I pretty much only intended to send him a whole bunch of posters well, a whole bunch of files to turn into posters. And then he gave me some ideas like, yo, if you do this and that, I could turn this into a sticker, or if you do this and that, I could turn it into a desk mat. So he kind of recommended 4 pieces that I'd sent him. He's like, oh, if you remove the background on these and redraw this in this area, then you can make these like decals essentially. So if people want to like stick it up on their car or something. Specifically those pieces would be the Marine piece, the Itsumi pinup piece, the one where she's sitting down on the ground, the Modernia piece, and the Virgin Destroyer Nekomiya piece. All of those pieces will be stickers, so I'm really excited. And then he was also like, oh, this one might look good as a desk mat, and maybe we can do a version for Nekomiya as well, stuff like that. How long does it take to do the line art? Not super long. I would say, I mean, it looks like it's taking a long time right now just because I'm streaming and I work slowly when I stream. But with a piece like this, if I just sat down and did the line art, I could probably do it in like 3 hours. Mind you, this piece has a much more involved line art process than some of the other ones. So for example, the other day I started the Bunny Miku piece and finished it in a day. But I was probably only capable of that because the outlining was so simple. If the outlining were any more difficult or had more, or if it was any more involved, it wouldn't have happened that fast. So I think line art can kind of scale really quickly with the more things you add. This piece I think would take some 3 to 4 hours or so, purely because there's a lot of articles of clothing. The hair itself actually isn't too hard, and neither is the body type or anything, so I don't really need to worry about those areas scaling up how much work we have to do. It purely is just like, oh, there's a microphone, oh, there's a hat, you know, oh, she's got this jacket that's really long and kind of goes around her, and oh, her shirt has details that need some work, you know, stuff like that. Really kind of slows me, or can really slow me down, I guess. Need cat stickers? I will shove them on my truck. Well, they're coming. They're on their way. I'm pretty sure Mosa will let me know when they're all updated onto the page. Because I don't think they're up there just yet. Usually he, as far as I understand, he'll have like a test version of the webpage just to double check everything. Yeah, they're not up yet, but they should be up soon. So if you guys are looking forward to that, then that's what we're going to say it. You guys can look forward to that. There we go. By the way, to Decoded Draw, how's it going? What's up? What's up? Oh, I need to ask as well to Dealays. Did you find the stream on Twitch and then check the YouTube link, or did you just find it on your YouTube homepage? Because this is the first time I've done a multi-stream, and first time I've ever streamed to YouTube. And I've heard a couple people now are saying that I just kind of popped up on their homepage, which is it's kind of blowing my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. I do feel like because I'm popping up in people's pages, I probably should have a more picturesque looking set of pieces up. I don't know, maybe I can put the privity up. Since I don't really need the reference at the moment. Maybe something like this. Although, would YouTube like that? Probably not. I think this one is safer. YouTube understands peak. Good on him. No, I've been sub forever. Had bell notification. Oh shit, really? One of my favorite tutorials for color. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I've got another tutorial coming on its way. Already scripted and everything. So when I did the tutorial originally, or when I did the set of tutorials originally, I had done it just kind of off the cuff, like as I was going. And I think one of the big problems with the original set of tutorials that I made, and there weren't many, there were only a couple, is that because they're not scripted, I kind of talk in circles a little bit. It's not too noticeable, but if you're me, and I know that I have that tendency, it happens, you know what I'm saying? So, a big part of, I guess, why I'm streaming to YouTube right now, right, is because I've been streaming to Twitch for years now, and I've been doing a lot of content there, but I've kind of left my YouTube channel up and hanging, I guess you could say. But I want to be more active on there because I do have another tutorial planned, another couple of tutorials. Only one is scripted right now, that's the outlining tutorial. But more coloring tutorials on the way. I want to do an eye tutorial, skin rendering tutorial, and thinking of other things. Eye rendering, skin rendering. There's one other one I was thinking of, but I can't quite remember. Oh, and this one, I guess, isn't strictly coloring or anything, but more just a tips for drawing faster. Because I think that's one of the things I've focused on the most in terms of the last couple of years. Like, I feel like the quality of my art, while better, isn't, like, substantially better over the course of years. It's more the case that I can draw quicker, and that way I can get more projects done, and that's generally a good thing. Had bell notifications. That's interesting. And I appreciate that, by the way. Thank you for ringing the bell. So that's what people say on YouTube, right? Breaking news. We found the one person who has ever hit the bell notification. Hey, man. I think it's hype. I think it's sick. I was following you on YouTube for years. I found the notification. Ah, that's interesting. That's cool that, I don't, like, again, all these years later, the bell is coming up clutch. You know what I'm saying? Drawing speed is the thing I want to get. I basically have been coming up with the, or rather, because I don't want to make it sound like I've taken any steps towards making this tutorial a reality just yet. The only one that falls under that category is the outlining tutorial, which is fully scripted, although I have been adjusting the script in the last couple of days. But basically the idea behind the tips tutorial for speed would be focusing on things like streamlining your process and how you can do that. It would be, I don't know, just stuff in that realm. For example, if I'm trying to shade something, let me do it on a different canvas. If I'm trying to shade something, I could, you know, start with our base color here. Let's just, right. If I wanted to shade that, I mean, I could just go darker, create a new clip layer. I can shade like that. Oh, make sure we're using the blend tool. And then I can go, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Let's add our next layer of shading. Cool. And then we can create a new clipped layer, set it to like multiply, and drop an even darker color on there. Right? I can fade that out, blend it, blur it, go back to our original layer, blur that. And like, yeah, there we go. Or, I mean, if I turn these layers off and I create a new clip layer, I could just start with a multiply layer and then just airbrush. It's the idea that you want to be very fluid with the way you look at things and look at problems. And there are benefits and there are upsides and downsides to each. If I do this kind of a process, I have a lot less control over how the end product looks in terms of like harsh lines, sharp lines versus soft gradients. You know what I mean? But I mean, if I'm just trying to make a soft gradient, it makes more sense to do it this way, right? So it's just little things about trying to readjust the way you look at it, or readjust the way that you look at drawing. Are you familiar with Mikey Mega Mega? Yeah, he's actually rated us, or he's rated us once, and I've rated him on a couple of occasions, I think. But yeah. Let's see, drawing speed is the thing. Oh, right at that. I think I caught everything. Yeah, I know I didn't do a great job of explaining all that. Like I said, one of the reasons I kind of like the scripted aspect of trying to make the tutorial is that I can look at what I'm saying and cut out all those bits where I'm like, yeah, and like, so maybe you can kind of, you know, I can just remove all of that. I can make it concise. Again, I have this tendency to speak in circles, so like, especially with something that's meant to be a tutorial, I think being concise and putting in as much useful information as I can is important. I learned how to draw the anime style thanks to Mikey's tutorials. He was the gate that opened the way for me. Yeah, I watched a lot of his tutorials as well. I think they're very useful. Especially for people that just want to get into drawing and they just want to jump on in and be proud of what they like. Or be proud of what they work on, I guess you could say. Like, I've heard people critique in as much as like, oh, this doesn't teach you the fundamentals, all it does is teach you straight into how to draw anime girls. But like, if that's what you want to do, I think it's ideal, you know? So I've never been one to agree, I guess, with that line of logic. Like, at the end of the day, whatever gets you to start drawing is really, really important. But yeah, I guess that critique always came towards people who made very hyper-specific videos. You know, how to draw this anime expression, how to draw that anime expression. Or things that ignore, say, what the fundamental building blocks of building that skill would be. But I think that those things are really important. You know what I mean? Again, anything that gets you to draw and feel good about your drawing is going to be very important at the end of the day. What helped you the most for anatomy? I feel like that's really where I need to focus my effort now. I would say as far as anatomy, I mean life drawing helps a lot. I don't know if you've ever taken life drawing courses, like whether or not you've gone to a college campus and done that, or if, you know, what I would actually recommend is there are plenty of websites, like a Line of Action's one I've used personally, where they just give you essentially poses of like pictures of people doing things. And you can set it if you want clothing, if you don't want clothing, because I imagine if you're practicing anatomy, you purely just want the body, right? So you can set it like, oh yeah, I only want, you know, female models, I only want nude models, and give me like 30-second poses, 5-minute poses, 20-minute poses, 15-second poses. I think something like that helps a lot. But even outside of that, other than the idea of like doing a lot of life drawing, right? Because I feel like that's fairly straightforward. What I would say is really important is just focusing on drawing each individual part of the body and breaking it down to the parts, right? So if I'm working on, like, how do I draw the body? Let's start small. Let's not just go outright and draw the body. Let's focus on drawing the head. How do we get the head looking better? Instead of doing the entirety of, like, the body, like the rest of the body, let's just say, let's cut that down. Let's work on the arm today. And then from there, you can kind of break it down even further. Let's work on the bicep. Let's work on the forearm. Maybe the forearm plus the bicep in the way that they can kind of inflect or twist or turn or whatever, right? Maybe today we work on the hands. And I usually would say the hands are so complicated, you kind of want to give them like a dedicated day if you're going to be doing it that way. But just a little bit at a time is essentially what I'm getting at, right? Instead of trying to go like wholly into it and try to draw the entire body from start to finish, just say like, hey, I'm going to focus on this little bit of it and try to get a little bit better. As far as what parts of the body you work on, I think it's up to you to be able to determine what you feel kind of iffy on. If you close your eyes and like imagine the body part, right? If you're unable to twist and turn it in your head, maybe that's an area that you can work on, right? I know that when people are first getting into art, doing stuff like that, like being able to close your eyes and understand what you're looking at is quite difficult. It is a skill, needs a lot of building up for sure, but I would say that that's a good starting point, you know? If you can't close your eyes and imagine it, then maybe you need a little bit of time on that area, right? Again, not saying that that would be like a problem necessarily. It's more that if you need an idea of where to start putting your time into, then that's one way I would look into it. You need to work on male anatomy. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something... Oh, I missed you, by the way. I'm so sorry. Hey, yo, what's up? What's up? Hopefully to a thermal sphinx. Hopefully you're having a great day. As far as... what was it? Working on male anatomy. Yeah. I mean, male anatomy's hard. Makes sense. You could be like me and just draw girls, because girls are pretty. I do think learning male anatomy is important. But, you know, drawing girls are kind of pretty, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're also much easier to draw. And they're also, you know, if you plan to post to social media, they are also just more popular on top of it. The triple whammy for why you should draw anime girls, you know what I'm saying? Uzikoa, thanks very much for tuning in. How's it going? With anatomy, I just don't know what I should or shouldn't prioritize learning. Muscle, bone-wise, since, well, anime style is a lot more simplified. I think learning real-life anatomy helps a lot with anime. The only things that really differ, like truly differ at the end of the day, are the head and the proportions. That's it. So, like, anime girls tend to have very narrow shoulders, very wide hips. You know what I mean? So... Oh, and shorter arms as well. Those are things that are very traditionally anime. And smaller hands. There you go. So, completely different head, narrow shoulders, wider hips, shorter arms, smaller hands. Those are all areas in which female anatomy differs from, like, real-life female anatomy when it comes to anime, right? But yeah, I mean, as far as you find it hard to understand, or hard to know what to practice, I mean, I think just practicing real-life anatomy, at the end of the day, is going to be an important fundamental skill. Because, I mean, when you draw anime girls, for example, what that essentially is, you're just drawing like a real-life person, but then you know, stylize that. I always show the diagram of, like, from A to B. You know, if A is real life and B is anime, that's kind of weird. Let's do it this way. If R is real life and A is anime, I think that makes more sense. You know, what you're essentially doing in your drawing is creating that. You're not... How do I put it? You're essentially creating the passageway to interpreting real life. So this is, when you draw art, that's kind of, your style is like your interpretation of real life to anime, right? So if you learn how to draw things in this sense, like you can draw the real life versions of them, then all it takes is knowing how to go from there to there. How do I make it look more anime? And that's your bridge. Yeah, very transferable. When I went for my first serious anatomy course, when they started me on male anatomy, they started me on male anatomy, that's fucked. I'm not gonna lie to you. In pretty much every case I can think of, usually with life drawing courses, they always start you on female anatomy because it's way easier. So to start on male anatomy, it's like, wow, they're really throwing you into the fucking deep end. I feel like I sort of dodged, or they started me on male anatomy, so I feel like I sort of dodged a bullet down the line. In as much as you had to learn how to do it, which is fair. Chill morning it is with Cap. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Anime style is exaggerated, for sure, for sure. I returned. Nekomiya offered to scrub my back. That sounds very Nekomiya. That sounds correct. Your art style is the result of the decisions you make. Yeah. Like, how do I want to interpret this thing that exists in real life, and how do I want to see that on the page when I start drawing anime, right? Should I do more gesture drawing? I've only been practicing drawing heads for 2 hours a day currently, but I may do some extra time for gesture drawing. I think gesture drawing is important, for sure. As far as, like, practicing it, yeah, I think it would be well worth your time if you plan on drawing characters. That being said, you know, and when you started with that and saying like, oh, I've been practicing only drawing, or I've only been practicing drawing heads, I've been very what is it, upfront in as much as I think that that's a good idea. I feel like in the past, I've heard a lot of people say things like, oh, they're all these, you know, brand new artists and all they can do is draw heads, you know what I mean? But it's like, that makes sense. Hell, I encourage it. Just draw heads for ages. If you mess up the face, people won't forgive you. People won't look at a piece with a beautifully drawn body and look at this like scribble of a head and go, yeah, this is all right. Unless that's the joke. Because now that I think about it, I can think of a ton of doujins, for example, where like Blue Archive ones, they always draw the sensei character with like the scribbled on face, but then this really jacked body. So to be fair, if that's the joke, then it makes sense. But outside of that, make sure you nail the face. Genuine question: is Nekumi a perv and that's why she's always watching me, or is that also an Itsumi thing? So two parts to that question: is she a perv? Yes. Are there, and that's why she's always watching. I think that was just a happy coincidence. I guess the third thing, or is that an Itsumi thing? Yes and no. When she doesn't have cat ears, no. If she does, yeah. Itsumi is a lot more like Nekomiya when she has the cat ears. But without the cat ears, she is probably the polar opposite of Nekomiya in just about every way. Well, I mean, I have two art styles, but for like my anime type style, I've finally started to find it. That's good, that's good. I think finding a style is something that I've always struggled with. Like just creating a style that isn't boring to do day in, day out. Because I feel like one of my biggest problems with, again, trying to find my anime art style is just... I don't know, I find myself getting bored really quickly whenever I settle into an approach. It's why whenever I draw, I don't draw the same way for months on end. What I usually do is I draw one way for a couple of months, get bored, and I try something different. Or, you know, if you look at the pieces I've done in recent times, the approach has been different for nearly all of them. Aesthetically, my goal is to make them all look the same. But if I take... Okay, I will say that the previous piece I just posted, the Buddy Miku. Buddy Miku's process was very similar to the one I'm currently doing. The Itsumi piece was also similar to the two of those. The Kiwi piece was pretty different as far as its approach. The Privity piece was also really different. And the Nekomiya or the chocolate piece prior to that was grayscale. So, wildly different process. So yeah, I don't have an approach that's like the way I will approach it 100% of the time. I just have approaches I am more or less likely to do. And I kind of pick out of a hat randomly on the day, like, oh, I'll draw this way or I'll draw that way, based on whatever feels more right. Man, I am really hungry. What time is it? It's already 11. I guess we started a little late. And then we even had like the delay towards the start of the stream purely because I was trying to get the multi-stream stuff to work. I'm proud of myself for getting it to work though. It finally, it's up, it's running, it's looking good. I do need to get some of the notifications figured out. I probably want a new set of notifications for YouTube so I can tell like if somebody subscribes to YouTube, for example. I can differentiate that from a Twitch follow, for example. I think that would be really important. Oh, maybe I should show for the YouTube a bit more. It's been a bit. Here's a link, by the way, if anyone's interested. I am also live streaming to YouTube because I'm trying to hopefully get monetized on my YouTube before I put out my tutorial videos. It's a combination of artists Vex and Cox. I'm actually not familiar with the two of them off the top of my head. I might be familiar with their art style, maybe just not the names. That's very possible. Yo, thanks very much to Sweet Hirsch, thanks very much for dropping the follow. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day yourself, and I appreciate your presence at the stream tonight. What's up? I'm far from getting an original style. I have no rush right now. That's the least of my problems. Yeah, I wouldn't worry so much about, you know, focusing on your art style. Especially, like, for people that are new, just don't worry about it so much. At the end of the day, your art style will just be a combination of, like, all the decisions you make. And you'll find an art style regardless of whether or not you try to force things to work. I don't know, one thing that was really eye-opening for me was I would draw on what I felt was a very quote-unquote different art style, and people still identified my work as my own. Because, again, when it comes to the choices I make in my pieces, I tend to make very similar choices across the board. Which makes sense, I'm the same person. You know what I mean? What if I made the wrong decisions? Well, I do think it's possible to make the wrong decisions. I think it's fine. You'll figure out what those wrong decisions are over the course of time and weed them out of your process. When you get into art, it's all about the long game, right? It's not about instant gratification. Do you stream the sketching process? Actually, I did, yeah. If you check... Or actually, did I do it on this piece? No, but I did record the whole thing, so if you want to see it, I actually have it all recorded. I will post the time-lapse to this one on YouTube, and you'll be able to see it there. But for the sake of showing you... Where is it? YouTube... Matama... Here, I can show you the process. I need to put this over here for now. Let's turn on display capture. Turn off clip. Here's the sketching process, in case you wanted to see that. It didn't fully start from scratch, but it's about as from scratch as you could get. Because they're really, like, I skipped maybe recording a couple minutes worth of the process. But yeah, I'm going to truncate. So basically, I recorded separate I'm going to record separate time lapses for every step of the process. So the outline's going to get its own part, and the coloring is going to get its own part as well. So yeah, there's the sketching. Kinda neat. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful to see. Because I know how important it is to watch people sketch. Especially when you're, like, new to drawing. It's really intimidating knowing where to start. So there we go. That's the entirety of the sketching process. Hopefully that's helpful. Again, I'll post that onto YouTube as soon as, well, this piece is done. Let's move this back over here. There we go. I guess I can truncate my screen by half. Let's have Discord be the other half, I guess. There we go. Looks like we're all caught up in all these areas. We're good. Man, I love bullshitting my way through rendering a bunny suit. You just make it high contrast in random areas, and boom, render done. That's honestly true. That's kind of my approach too. It's probably not the most surefire, steadfast approach, but I mean it works. Dude, I'm so happy that this song's in my playlist. I love this song. This one's great. Got it in my lobby. Got it in my lobby music. Ooh, I need to do something like that. I still haven't customized my lobby music. I probably should. I'm kind of sick of the standard main menu music, if I'm being honest. I've just had it for such a long time, you know. I hate having to go AFK while watching streams, but I gotta brush my teeth. Oh, you're good, you're good. Don't worry about it. You're chilling, you're chilling. I've been the instrumental of Summer Seaside for ages. That one's a good one, too. Once the stream's done, I think I'm actually gonna try to sleep tonight. Yo, sleep's big. It's good, it's good. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. It's very important, for sure. Just looked at your Twitch. I did not realize you did the art for Lasting Solstice. Forgot I even backed that. Oh, hell yeah. I actually, so it's been a long time since I've worked on it. As far as, if you're wondering if it's still coming around, because I know it's still in the demo state, I believe the writing for the game is actually done, and it is literally just about the fact that I am slow. Pretty much what's happening right now is I'm trying to focus on making sure that I'm not out of money. And once that's kind of fully figured out, I'm gonna work on the Lasting Solstice stuff. But I actually have sketched out quite a bit of the CG. It's just a matter of sitting down and having the time to do it without worrying about if I'm gonna be able to pay off my credit cards and stuff like that. So basically what I'm doing right now is just make sure I'm in the financial clear, I guess you could say, so that I'm not in like a bad spot or in a tight spot, and then work on Lasting Solstice. I hope that that makes sense. Just because I feel a bit bad. The only reason the game isn't out is, like, I'll just be very upfront, is because I am slow. And I guess that's been one of the reasons I've been focusing on working faster, if that makes sense. How dare Cat be broke? The audacity! We're taking steps to alleviate that. So in terms of, you know, if you're wondering if Lasting Solstice will come out, I know you didn't ask, I just figured I'd put it out there. But yeah, I mean, it's coming around, and I am going to do the artwork for it. It literally is just, I need to make sure that I'm okay first, and then once we're good, I'll be able to focus on it. You could brainwash Cosmo to only miss, and he'd still hit. It's true, it's true. What's up, Speedy Game? I was wondering about Lasting Solstice. Yeah. Like I said, I feel bad that I haven't finished it yet. Since, again, I believe the writing is done. I am just slow. And I am broke. So, in terms of all of that, yeah, I'll be figuring it out, and then we'll get something going. I have sketched out some things. Oh, and to Deolace, I'm not sure if you're still there. Actually, you just said something. How'd you get into that project? It's a project that me and my friend did. Or so, my friend from college is Eric. He hasn't been in the stream in a little while, but we talked in college about how I wanted to be an artist and how we should totally make a visual novel together. So that's how that came around. It's kind of funny. It's one of those, I guess you could call it like a pipe dream type project, but it actually came around. And it got enough backing. It really is just now about like how fast can I finish the art, and unfortunately I am slow. But I still plan to finish it. And if you want to see some of the stuff I made recently, I wanted to redo all of the whatchamacallits. I wanted to redo the CG because I'm a much better artist now than I was back then. So if I do large icons, maybe. Yeah, here we go. This is maybe something you can look forward to. This is one of the characters from the visual novel, if you remember right. Her name is Emily. And this is kind of the art style I'm going to take with me into working on the CGs. So, I think it's a lot cleaner. I think it looks a lot better in general. It's a better reflection of my current stuff than the original. If anyone hasn't seen the original, this is what that looks like. So, I feel like I've improved a lot as an artist over the years, and I feel like it shows, so... She looks official. So when Lasting Solstice comes out, this is the quality of work you can expect, as opposed to this. By the way, I don't know if I ever said it, but your music taste... Oh, thank you, thank you. I actually have a completely different playlist playing in the stream today, as opposed to before, because Twitch does allow me to separate my audio, so that way the VOD doesn't have any music. YouTube, on the other hand, does not. So I basically have to play music that's okay for YouTube and Twitch. So that's what you're hearing right now. Basically, it's only video game OSTs. Going to bed myself. Oh, yeah, no worries. Yo, Skull Kid, appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here. Hopefully I can see you very soon as well. The maid minigame theme. That one's solid as well. Big fan. Oh, do we know when Nikke comes off maintenance, by the way? I had the game up earlier. I turned it off when I started the stream. Sorry, I know I've done very little by way of the line art, but we're getting through it. I don't know how many people are new to the stream and coming from the YouTube side of things. But, yeah, I work really slowly when I stream. It's mostly just like a chill hangout session, you know what I mean? And if you're curious on like, you know, oh, well, what if I want to see your process in full motion? I do plan on putting up the time lapses recently because I have been recording all my canvases. But then on top of that, tutorial stuff coming real soon. And that one will be more focused on the teaching aspect of things. I don't think there are that many people just straight up coming from YouTube, but there are a couple. Twitch technically doesn't allow it, they're just bad at enforcing it. Well, it's more the case that, like, they usually... Okay, I think you're right about that. I guess. When I think about it, like, yeah, Twitch technically also is pretty strict about it. But only in the VODs. Because the way that they check is that they look through your VODs, make sure that there's no copywritten music, and if there is, they mute it. And then potentially, if it's real bad, they give you big strike. But, I mean, that's rare. And checking in the VOD is obviously... Checking through the VOD is obviously a flawed system. What's up, Gav? What's going on by me, Universe? Been a little bit. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Hopefully life's treating you nicely. Today's a big stream where we're streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. So I'm pretty hyped about that. I've noticed quite a few like older names jumping into the stream today, and I kind of do wonder, is it out of curiosity? Was it that you just came to the stream because you had the time today, or did something pop up in like YouTube? Because for some people, I've actually popped up on their YouTube homepage, which is really weird, but kind of cool, you know? I've already seen like 4 or 5 like old school viewers. Checking VODs is also expensive, a lot of computing power. Makes sense, makes sense. Dual stream? Nice. I had time, super busy. Oh, it's all good, it's all good. I totally get that. Recently, I've been trying to keep myself busy. I've been pretty good at it, though. I haven't had a single unproductive day since, like, last week. In that, in every day, or rather every day, I'm doing something. So with this piece, I would have liked to have had the line art done before the start of the stream. That way we could just focus on getting the coloring out of the way. That way we could just focus on getting the coloring done. Wanted my sentences to be a little less repetitive. But, instead, I put a heavy focus last night on getting the files together to update the merch store. So the merch store is going to have a lot of new stuff. Algorithm Fog! Yo, what's up, Non-Sticky Glue? How's it hanging? Hello, hello. What is up? I'm here because... Oh, yeah, I'm here because less stuff to do. Caught up with the comm, so it's chill only. And I've been here a while, watch the stream. Okay, I feel it, I feel it. Curious to see how the coloring is done. I'm excited to do the coloring on this piece. I'm hoping to get something nice that would look good as a poster. Because I really want to make a lot of poster-ready pieces. Since, for the last couple of years, I've just kind of been drawing to, I guess you could say, the beat of my own drum. But I'd like to be prepared if I ever made it into a convention. Like, oh, what would I sell at that convention? Oh, we could have all these pieces, you know? Your art shows up in my Twitter feed when it feels... Oh, when it feels like, which is weird. It used to show up much more. I did see your most recent piece. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, Twitter is a bit strange with the way it does that. I don't actually know what the consistency is these days. I want to say it's like if you interact... Like, in theory, if you wanted to see my pieces more, if you hit, like, the like button on any one of my pieces, I'm more likely to pop up in your feed. Or let's say you hit like on a whole bunch of other posts as opposed to mine. Or I think it's a more percentage thing. Like, let's say I post something and you hit the like button, right? You liked X% of my post, but you've done it in X amount of recency, let's say. I don't know what these variables would be, but this is the way it feels based on what I've seen. Or based on what I've experienced, at least. So let's say I like every single one of a person's posts and I don't miss it. So I've liked 100% of their posts, and that's a very recent trend. Then they tend to pop up in the feed no matter what. So, for example, the reason why I say that is because there's this artist, KZOG. I pretty much always retweet his stuff. I pretty much always like his stuff. And regardless of whether or not I missed being on Twitter for a couple of days, like, the piece could be 3 days old, and it'll pop up in my feed no matter what. 100%. So, I think it's a matter of what percentage of that person's stuff do you like. And I think that that has a role to play. Oh, thanks very much to Nobuba. Thanks very much for having a follow. Hopefully you're having a great day. Convention in Wisconsin this set. Oh shit, which convention is that? I can't say I know of any Wisconsin conventions off the top of my head. Also, let me grab another energy drink. It's about that time. Perfect energy drink time at 11:30 at night. Love that. I just kind of guessed it was 11:30. I was actually pretty close. 11:27. Might be it. I started working for some people and had to limit the amount of NSFW and loot content that I liked. Makes sense. That, again, that's just something I've noticed. I don't know if definitively that's how their algorithm works. But based on what I've seen, it feels that way. If I like, for example, if I like one post from that creator, I actually don't think I always see it. Because sometimes I'll like a post, and then they'll pop in my feed like 5 months later. I'm like, oh yeah, I really like that guy's stuff. What happened? And it turns out they'd been posting. I just missed it. And I liked all those pieces. Like, I would have hit the like button had it popped up in my feed. So, my guess is it's a percentage thing. Have you been search banned on Twitter before? Yes, that might also affect it. Yeah, I also definitely do show up less, just in general, you know what I mean? Anime Milwaukee. Anime Milwaukee. Have I heard of that one? Is that a big convention, out of curiosity? Like, is it really low-key, or is it one of those things, like, it's a big event, you know what I mean? Like, oh, everyone's going. It's Anime Milwaukee, brother. You know what I mean? Not me. I live in a state that doesn't observe daylight savings. Oh, shit. Which... I know of the one, I think. Which one does it? Is it... I'm not gonna figure it out. Hello, yo, what's up? What's up? Hopefully life's treating you well. Doing some outlining on this Matama piece, which is going pretty well. There's not a lot of line weighting in the piece, but that's something I intend to add later, since it's a little bit easier if I just split up that part of the process. How goes it? Wait, daylight savings this Sunday, losing an hour of sleep. What is happening this Sunday? I don't think I have anything in particular going on Sunday, though that is a little sad to lose a bit of sleep. I guess in my case, I'm not necessarily losing sleep. It's more that my sleep schedule becomes like an hour more degenerate. Which is, that's something. Let's see. It's big for the area, at least. That and Anime Midwest are two of the biggest around here. Oh, I've heard of Anime Midwest. Which one would you say is the bigger one between the two? Like, eventually, one day, I definitely want to go to a whole bunch of conventions and sell. It's probably not a good idea to try to start doing that now, because as far as I understand, conventions are kind of a bit rough for artists at the moment. But, just in terms of, like... Oh, I didn't think about my layering all that well here. Whoops. There we go. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make any sense at all. Do I want the hat going in front? I guess I do. I guess. Does that look weird? Nah, it looks fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but I'd like to travel around and sell at conventions. I think it doesn't make a ton of sense to do it at the moment, because a lot of artists are kind of struggling to sell things at conventions, as of right now. Economy, as far as I understand, is not in a super great place, so that kind of leads to people buying less things. When people are buying less things, if you're a convention artist, that is like the most luxury of luxury things that people are going to be buying, so that's like the first thing that people cut out of their like schedule of things to buy. So unfortunately, not the best time to start selling at conventions, but you know, I'm still looking to do that in the future. What were we talking to? Or what were we talking about? I was talking to Diolace on the YouTube chat about convention stuff. I'm sorry to save art of artists in different folders to remember certain art pieces that looked that took my interest on Twitter. I've just been bookmarking things for that same purpose. I guess it's better to have it labeled though, the way that you have it. That makes a lot more sense to me. Yo, Cap, imagine what, or yo, I don't know where I got imagine from. Yo, Cap, what do you think of the lighting so far? The light source is currently imaginary. Oh, actually, that's where I got it from. Imaginary. I'm going off of vibes. I think it's funny. It's funny that you say that you're going off of vibes and it's made up, because it actually does make a lot of sense. I think it's looking good. What I will say is I do think her chin is, or her, yeah, her chin is very long. I'd pay very close mind to that. Can I see this one up close? Yeah, her jawline's really long. Her face kind of has like a, how do I put it? It's kind of got a this look to it, if that makes sense. So I'd truncate that and then show the neck instead. Hopefully that's helpful. Didn't even have to send a message. I have Discord up, so I just saw it pop up. Let's see. I plan to go to Canada for Otakuthon. Ah. I feel like I've heard of that one as well, Otakuthon. Definitely Midwest is bigger, better location, season, more populated, although the runner of the convention has been under fire for being a creep, I believe. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. I thought you were saying like, yo, it's kind of fire though. The guy behind it, straight fire. I thought that was the angle you were taking. So I started reading that like a yo with that kind of hype vibe. But yeah, no, it actually should have been the opposite. It should have sounded a bit more awkward. Bro simply detected my bullshit income. No, so the way I have it right now, because I'm like splitting everything up. I have Discord over here. I've got my Streamlabs mini feed over here. I've got my Twitch over here, and I've got my YouTube over there. Unfortunately, that means I have 0 references in front of me, which is actually hurting me pretty significantly, I will say. But it's not too bad because I'm only doing outlines. I will need to find a way to combine my chats though. Or at least for my purposes, not obviously for your purposes. Thanks very much, by the way, to Cert. Thanks very much for dropping the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry I was really late on the uptake there. But hopefully you're having a good day. What up? Oh, out of curiosity, this is going to be a super random question, so apologies there. I saw a video pop on my YouTube feed while I was walking to the grocery store earlier. I guess it would be this morning, technically. It was before I went to bed, though. And it was a YouTube video that was talking about how a Mr. Beast shoutout ends up like killing channels, and I didn't understand that as a concept. Is anyone here familiar with how YouTube works? Why is that a quote-unquote death sentence? In theory, is that not just explicitly a good thing? So a lot of people like had ended up quitting their channels, and part of me was like, is it because they got a lot of subs and they didn't get people clicking on their videos? Does that hurt their channel? I don't think that would hurt their channel. That doesn't make any sense to me. Is it that they were expecting big numbers, didn't see big numbers, and gave up? Or does it have like a quite literal effect, like, oh, you have X number of subs, but your videos only get X number of views, we're going to, you know, drop your video, or we're going to make sure your videos don't show up in the algorithm. Is it something like that? The flood of people boosted incredibly, and the people don't constantly come back at the rate, or at that rate, so the algorithm won't promote them anymore. Does it promote them any less than it did before? So YouTube makes you invisible. Oh. CTR and watch time, super important. Yeah, these are all things because I've never have been one to pay attention to YouTube's algorithm, so I really have no idea how that works. But that's really interesting. That's kind of a weird system. That's why people doing reacts on Twitch is actually damaging, really. That makes a lot of sense, though. I see it now. I mean, I've understood that it was a bad thing, but I never understood why. That actually does make sense. It could destroy someone's channel due to the sudden increase, and YouTube might think of botting. I guess that kind of makes sense, although I don't know if that's the angle that they take. That is such a weird system, though, because wouldn't that mean that, like, once you figure out, like, let's say you're a YouTube creator, right? And you start putting out content there on a fairly consistent basis, and one of your video types just pops the fuck off, right? And you're like, oh, that's sick, cool, we finally got some stuff going, right? And then you go back to doing, like, your variety stuff, right? And then, you know, you start getting less views because you're doing the thing that people don't necessarily know you for. And then you post another video that's akin to your the original one that popped off, and then it pops off. Wouldn't that kind of just pigeonhole you into doing a certain kind of content? Right? Like, let's say you wanted to do variety things on YouTube. Like, wouldn't that be counterproductive? Sometimes, yes, people do exactly that. That's kind of fucked, honestly. I mean, I guess if you're pigeonholed into something that you enjoy, it's maybe not too bad. But, like, let's say you were doing variety stuff, one of your variety things pops off, and then does that mean that you're fucked unless you do that? Like, is it a death sentence is what I'm getting at? Like, oh, you made the one video popped off, and then you did a whole bunch of other stuff, and now that whole bunch of other stuff is doing a lot worse. Like, is that how it works? Like, suddenly, because you had the one thing that popped off, the rest of your content will actively do worse? I mean, yeah, but the thing is, that's more human psychology. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. So that's what I was thinking, but I was wondering if YouTube actually has any role to play in that process. Where it's not just a psychology thing, it's like a, oh, we're actually going to bury you kind of thing. People don't want to see that. I mean, sure, like on the psychology side of things, but does YouTube actually do anything to help people bury you? That's what I'm getting at least. Like, is that something to be mindful of? Because, like, when I, you know, now that I'm going to try to do more YouTube and Twitch content, I've got a couple of things that I want to do that would be more variety. Not exclusively variety, but, like, for example, I talked about how, in terms of coming back to doing things on YouTube, not only am I going to make art tutorial videos and time lapses, but I also intend to do, like, video essay type stuff. So just me talking about series that I like and why I like them, and why I think that people should check them out. Would that mean, in theory, it would hurt my chances of, I don't know, doing well? They're good to do those. I like video essays, which is why I kind of want to make one, since I feel like with all of the thoughts I have swirling in my head about series that I enjoy, specifically like Isekai Meikyu, Mushoku Tensei, all the like, with those series, I could talk about them for days. So I thought it would be a good idea. Like, let's say the art tutorial stuff does well, but then the video essay doesn't. Would that hurt the art tutorial stuff? Or is it all the same? Like, it's all good. You know, viewership is viewership. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm worried about. Oh, Railgun 2. I would love to do something that just analyzes a fight from, like, Railgun T or Railgun S. Once you get pushed into a specific niche, if you do anything outside of art, YouTube will actively bury whatever it is that you make. Does it bury both? So let's say I push things out in the niche that YouTube likes. So for example, my channel probably, in terms of having a niche, if it still exists, would be art tutorial stuff, right? That just kind of makes sense. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to think of my wording here. Let's say I put out a video essay thing, it didn't do so well, right? If I tried to do more art tutorial stuff, would those still do well? Or would they not do well? And YouTube, because you did the one video that failed, does it bury it? I'm not familiar with YouTube stuff, that's why I'm asking. Let's see, there are a lot of weird intricacies that aren't super evident to those outside of YouTube. There are a few reasons, but... Oh, YouTube does this thing where I can't actually see the bottom of your comment. But a lot of larger channels have a handful of channels for different videos. I guess that does make sense as to why they would separate it out like that. That'd be unfortunate, though. Both won't be pushed, but your subscriber count will fluctuate. Fluctuate? Like it will go up and down? Would it not just exclusively go up by lesser and lesser amounts or greater and greater amounts? Like you would actually lose people? They get pushed no matter what. Not art-related content will not be as much. I mean, which makes sense. But would it like be actively buried is what I wonder. Like how much is YouTube putting a helping hand to that? It's like, oh, people don't want to see this, so let's get this out of their face. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. I mean, between the two, it'd obviously be better if the art tutorial stuff did better, right? But it'd be cool to switch it up every now and then, do like video essay. Since again, I do enjoy video essay type stuff. It'd be cool to be a creator on that side of things. More about viewers creates a profile on viewers and pushes videos based on what they think that they'd like. If you amass a certain demographic, it'll push those videos to that demographic, but it's something... But if it's something different, they will probably... Then what they came to you for, they probably won't be interested in, hence taking your CTR. That's where the human psychology comes in. But like, let's say I just put out... Sorry, I know I'm throwing in a lot of what-ifs, but like, I am genuinely curious. Let's say the video essay stuff was quite rare. I didn't need it to pop off. But like, I post a video essay, again, doesn't do well. That doesn't change the fact that the art tutorial stuff would, in theory, do well, right? Not that I mean, that's very full of myself to say to believe that it would do well. But would it affect that side at all? Or would it just be completely separate? Sorry, I know this is a topic that's been going on for a while. I'm curious. Since I feel like I don't know where else I would ask these questions. I feel like everyone else understands the algorithm far better than I do. I don't even know what I would search up. Like, the intricacies of my question, I don't believe I could portray well enough in text to Google. Like, I don't know if Google will understand what I mean when I ask these questions. Tutorial stuff wouldn't be affected. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's all that really matters. I have to bother one of my talents for something like that since I think that the art tutorials performed less than the essays. Oh, really? There's an excellent video about this for why it's a lot simpler than people make it out to be. Ooh, if you have the link to that video, I'd be down to see it. That sounds like something I would really enjoy giving a watch to. A smarter man probably would have put all of these outlines on a separate layer. That way when I erased, I wouldn't have to be super careful about where I erased. But a dumber man like me just goes right on through. Bulldozes through our problems, you know, smashes our head into that concrete wall. The basic idea is what the algorithm is looking for is simple. Okay, okay. I mean, in my case, for what I'm wondering, it sounds like if I put multiple kinds of, like, variety content on there, it wouldn't affect the niche I would be, like, pigeonholed into. Which is fine. It's a fine niche to be a part of. It's the niche I've been streaming for 6+ years at this point, you know what I mean? So it'd be comfy regardless. Having more videos and more consistent uploads can help too. That's why a lot of artists will do speed paints since they're easier to do than tutorials and essays. Yeah, I actually do have some stuff that's going to be in that, I guess, category of things. I showed it a second ago. You might have seen it. The, what was it? The sketch time lapse? Or at least the first part of the sketch time lapse. I've got a couple of those already recorded. So I plan to post those to YouTube as well, as like their own dedicated separate videos. We'll see how those go. Are people clicking on it? Retention. Are people watching it? Watch time. Are people watching a lot of you? AKA, are you making good videos? That's true. Although I don't know, like as far as the last part, while it is a good summary, dude, I've seen some people that make absolutely fucking fantastic videos, but the algorithm just doesn't like them. There's one of my favorite videos of all time. I'll put it in the chat because it's so good. And it's about a topic I know nothing about, so I feel like that should speak volumes about how good this video is. It's really short. It's called The Sickest Game of Chess Ever Played. Here we go. This video only has 59,000 views, which I guess for his channel is quite a few, but this guy's videos are super fucking high quality. Here's the video in Twitch chat. I'll also put the video in YouTube chat as well if anyone's watching there exclusively. But this video is excellent. It is so good. And it's not like it popped off in the algorithm or anything. So as far as, is the content sick? Dude, it's fucking sick. It's really good. So it's a bit sad that as far as is making good content, you know, something on that checklist, like yeah, but it doesn't seem to have hit quite so hard in that algorithm. That's why it's simple, just make good videos. It's true, it's true. The nitty-gritty is wildly complicated, but the basic idea of the algorithm is simple. It makes sense. Sonic music. Yeah, we got some Sonic music in the playlist. We got some Nikke music in the playlist. We got some Hyperdimension Neptunia, Persona, mostly 4, but a little bit in 3 and 5 in there. Nep-Neps. Yeah. Dude, I really want to get back into playing the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. It's just been on my mind recently. They're very nostalgic for me now since it's been so long. And a few Kingdom Hearts songs that make me hyped. Oh, I need to add the Kingdom Hearts songs in there. So I'm using a different playlist today, if you're wondering. The playlist for today's stream is not my usual one because YouTube doesn't let me separate my VODs from my lives like Twitch does. So on the Twitch end of things, you hear the music, right? But as soon as the VOD goes up, it's silent. And that way, you know, you can just, if you're watching one of my VODs on Twitch, you can just play your own music. That's usually the way I kind of recommend people do it. But on YouTube, like, the music's just always going to be there. There's no way to separate those two audio channels. So I needed to play music that YouTube would be okay with, so it wouldn't get, like, copyright striked. So basically, I'm exclusively playing video game music for today. That being said, I don't know if I could play a song like Simple and Clean on stream. A lot of the Kingdom Hearts songs, you can't... They're copywritten, as far as I understand, right? I would love to, though. So, dude, Simple and Clean is such a good song, but I think that would get claimed. Actually, I could literally check. So the way I would check this, as far as I understand is the right way to do it, is it would look up Simple and Clean. And I would pull up a video of Simple and Clean and see if it's been taken, if YouTube has this little section in the bottom that shows you who made the song, and the answer is yes. So yeah, that would get claimed. What about this? Opening Simple and Clean, and yes, also copyright claimed. So, yeah, couldn't do that. Basically, I double check that for all of the songs. I just see if YouTube has it processed, and it, like if you go into the description of the video, does it have this little card that shows you like, oh, this video has music in it. If it has that, then you can't put it. As much as I love them, Neptunia games have not had great reception recently. Has it been that bad? Well, what are the most recent Neptunia games? Because I feel like it's been a little while since I've seen a Neptunia game come out. What is this? Neptunia Game Maker Revolution? This is new. Wait, what? This looks cool. Is this one of the games that didn't do well, though? Engine Unity. Compile Heart. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's fairly new. 2023. PS5. Was this one not received well? Ooh. Oh, that's so sad. Neptunia Game Maker. Hello. Where do I look for that? Thanks very much to Matt for dropping the sub. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to be doing. Hopefully, you enjoy the content on the YouTube. What's up? I'm trying to do more YouTube type content as well. So first multi-stream, and then we got some more dedicated sort of YouTube type videos that are coming up as well. Has it had a mainline game since 2015? That's what I was thinking. In as much as like I don't remember the Neptunia series having games as of recent. But no, dude, this is a bit sad though. Neptunia Game Maker Revolution sold 6,000 copies in its first week. Ugh. That's rough. That is very rough. Especially since, dude, I love the Neptunia games, man. To be fair, I hadn't heard of this game. I had no idea this was out. Apparently it's coming to PC sometime this year though. I'll probably give it a look. I mean, I don't know what kind of game it is, so maybe I shouldn't be speaking quite so quickly. Like, I don't know, maybe it does look like a really shitty game, but like, oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, the NA release is May 2024, so it's not even out yet, but I mean, we'll see. They have a lot of spin-offs and haven't made a mainline game in a while. They also like to remake their remakes a lot. Wait, did they do a remake of a remake? I played through the Rebirth games, which I know are remakes of the originals. I didn't know they did more remakes off of that. Had they remade any of the Rebirth games? Maybe I should play those. That might be the way. I want this so bad. What's this? Ooh. Dude, I need some Toru figures in my life. Or just honestly any Dragon Maid stuff is just gonna look good, you know. I'd be down to get some stuff like that. Dude, I was so happy when I found out the Miracle of Goddess games, or the Miracle of Goddess songs were on Spotify. Does anyone remember this one? How many of you guys were just playing the challenge mode and heard this song repeatedly? I remember I was so sick of them by the time the Red Ash event was over. But now I look back like, yo, this song was straight fire though. Like, yo, this was pretty good. This is my favorite Mog theme. I love it a lot. I also really like their rendition of Red Ash. Or of, what is it? The Red Hood theme. I like the 8-bit version, because I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love the sound of the Red Hood song, dude, the lyrics are kind of cringe. The lyrics kind of make me wince a little bit. I don't like using the word cringe, but I feel like it's pretty fair. The song sounds good, and then you hear the lyrics, and it's like, oh no, just stop talking. Oh no, oh god. But I feel like with the Mog version, it's just better. There's no lyrics. It's just you hear the song, and it's 8-bit, which is cool. Mega Dimension came out in 2016, or Mega Dimension 2 came out in 2016. Mega Dimension 2 R came out 2 years later, full price remake that added a few VR scenes, and that's pretty much it. Wait, really? I remember when that one came out. I had no idea that that's all they did. That was the last mainline game. I still need to play Mega Dimension Neptunia. I bought that game. It's on my Steam. Where is it? Just double checking that I'm not lying to people. I don't think I'm lying to people, at least. There's Rebirth 2, Rebirth 1. I guess I could hit search, huh? Mega. Okay, yeah, there we go. I have the original one. Damn, so they remade this one? I mean, I guess if they remade it and only added a scene or two, I guess I don't really care too much, but it's fine. Adult Neptune. I love the look of Adult Neptune. This is hype. I must play it for Adult Neptune. Adult Neptune is hype. I'm a fan. Neptunia was their cash cow, and that cow needs a fucking break. You know, fair play. I can actually respect that. That's one of the reasons why Sonic games have sucked. Up until, like, Frontiers, where they actually gave them time. Because the idea was that Sega knew that Sonic was their cash cow and was guaranteed sales, and they didn't give a flying fuck about the quality of the games. They were going to put out the game in no matter what state it's in because it was guaranteed sales. And that came up with the obvious problem where the quality was just dipping, and that's why we got fucking Sonic Forces of all things. Rushed out the gate and it was shit, you know? And then they gave them time, they let them cook, they wanted to rush it out, but luckily Izuka was able to, like, one of the directors was able to stop Sega from pushing the game out well before it was ready, and it still got rushed, unfortunately. It kind of makes me think of what the game would be like had it not gotten rushed out the gate. But it seems like Sega's now okay with letting the main team kind of rest, which is good. They're also trying to put a lot of time into their other brands, which is why we're getting a lot of like remake games. If you guys have seen what is that skating game? I can't remember. The one with like the rollerblading game where you rollerblade around the city. But they're bringing back that title. They're bringing back one about a taxi. I'm not super familiar with Sega's titles, but they're bringing back a lot of their older stuff, and that will allow the Sonic brand to rest a little bit more. Jet Set Radio, thank you. Yeah, Jet Set Radio. But yeah, they're bringing back Jet Set Radio. They're bringing back, I think it's called Crazy Taxi, Crazy Cab, something like that. And a couple of other titles. I want to say, was Super Monkey Ball a part of that? I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But with all of those titles coming back, suddenly now you don't need your cash cow to get milked dry, you know what I mean? Which is good, because it would be nice to get some really high quality Sonic titles. I mean, we're getting the Sonic Shadow, the Sonic Cross Shadow Generations game. I'm really looking forward to that. I really hope they don't fuck up Shadow's game, because God, I love Shadow. Please, I need to have a good Shadow game. Please fix Black Doom. If you're gonna bring back Black Doom, at least make him like a sick bad guy. Like when I start playing that game, Black Doom better not be a shitty villain this time around. He better be cool. Cause the trailer made him look really cool. You got that like Doctor Strange stuff going on. It was nice. He will pull out a gun in the next game. Watch. I want him to. If he pulled out his Glock, actually no. If he pulled out an M4 and cocked that shit, oh, that'd make me so happy. That would make me so happy. I don't know, to this day, I know that the aesthetic of, like, you know, Shadow with guns or hedgehogs with guns, Sonic characters cursing, obviously there's some stuff that doesn't work there. But I think that it's overplayed how little it worked, you know what I mean? Also, Over Easy Eggs, yo, thanks very much for dropping the raid. What's up? Let me see if we can get you a shout out here. If you guys haven't seen Over Easy Eggs' channel, it's gonna be right there in the chat. Actually, Afro beating me to it. Please make sure you guys are stopping on by, saying hello, being the kind and inviting people I would expect. Over Easy Eggs does some amazing artwork and is just an awesome person. Please make sure you guys are stopping on by, saying hello. And how goes it? Also, thanks very much for dropping the resub. I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, that is crazy. 24 months up to the stream in a row. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really do hope that you had a wonderful stream today. Or out of curiosity, what kinds of things you were doing? What kinds of things were you doing? I see you were playing a bit of Baldur's Gate. Hopefully that went well. Which Pokemon would give them some time? Yeah, I remember hearing about that, or when Scarlet and Violet came out, and how it was kind of a bit of a clusterfuck in a lot of respects. And yeah, it's not great to hear, you know, with such a big brand like that, you know. You wish that the producers would give the devs some time to cook. We had a lot of fun for stacking BG. I had no idea that was a co-op game. I'll be totally honest. I just assumed it was single player. That's kind of cool though. I'm working on my Matama piece here. Matama from Gushing Over Magical Girls. By the way, anyone jumping in, hello. I'm Captivate. I like to draw big anime titty, and hopefully you guys are doing well. This is my first multi-stream, so I'm really hyped. I'm streaming also to YouTube right now, because I plan on doing a lot of YouTube tutorial type videos coming up. So this is kind of like my gateway into doing a lot of that stuff. Is first we figure out how to do the YouTube multi-stream, which is going pretty okay. I do need to change the notification sounds though, because they're all default. But once that's all solved, which hopefully won't be too long, or hopefully won't be too long until we get all that solved, then I'll put out some of my art tutorial stuff, and I'm excited. I'm gonna grab some food and lurk. Hey, I appreciate you being here, of course. And it sounds like you had a wonderful stream, so that's always good. And thank you so very much for dropping the raid again. It means a lot to me. Thank you. They did a pretty good Monkey Ball remake on Steam a year or two ago. Interesting. I actually didn't know that they did that. Although I guess I was never the biggest fan of like Super Monkey Ball, I do appreciate that a lot of people say that those games are really hard, and I love games that take skill. I do love that. The games that are super punishing, but when you learn them, it's like super rewarding. As far as I understand, Super Monkey Ball is that to a T. Didn't Sonic 06 actually have a pretty compelling story? It was just broken, it was impossible to appreciate it. Yes and no. Yes, in that it was trying to take itself seriously, and some of the story beats do hit. The problem is that there's a lot of goofy writing as well. Like, a lot of people love to clown on it for things like the Elise kiss scene, and yeah, fairly so. But there are good scenes, it's just... How do I put it? There are a lot of scenes I like, personally. A lot of them don't make sense in the context of it being in the Sonic universe. So, for example, there's a scene I absolutely love, and it's Silver giving the Chaos Emerald to little Elise as a kid, and telling her to keep it safe as a memento of her late father. I think it's such a beautiful scene that shows you exactly the kind of character that Silver is. Like, he is a kind-hearted person. He has the Chaos Emerald. It's something that he clearly wants. It helps him achieve his goal. But at the end of the day, he sees like, oh, well, this is a memento of her father. Her father literally just died before her eyes. And he is willing to sacrifice that so that he can give her this little present to remember her dad by. And it's such a cute scene. The problem is the scene doesn't make sense. Because, I mean, we've seen Sonic transform into Super Sonic multiple times. He needs all the Chaos Emeralds to do that. So where has this Chaos Emerald been hiding? You're telling me Elise has just had it for a decade now? How old is Sonic then? So it doesn't really make sense, but it's a cool idea. And the Sonic 06 campaign is full of a lot of those cool ideas that don't make sense. So... I mean, it's on par in terms of cool ideas with, like, the adventure campaigns. People don't usually give it that credit, but... I mean, to be fair, does it deserve that credit with how shitty the rest of the game is? You know. You can debate that. Also, thanks very much to Sir Walrus and, Kemon Pansum. Hopefully I'm saying your names properly. Thanks very much for dropping the follows. Devil Boy as well. And Cryptid Scrolls. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Hopefully all is well. Super Monkey Ball made me reasonably mad. That's good, that's good. Silver seemed interesting, but couldn't manifest because of how shit the game was. Yeah. Was 06 Silver's debut? Yup. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I'm glad that as a character, though, they're not just wasting him like they had been for a decade. He's actually come back in quite a bit of the Sonic media. He played a huge role in the comics, for example. Which is good. I like that they're utilizing his character, because it's a bit of a shame that they came up with such a cool character and then just didn't use him for years. But, you know, at least they're using him now. Better late than never, am I right? Dude, Super Monkey Ball is a classic, a childhood classic for me. I'm hoping the new game coming out's good. Okay, there is a new Super Monkey Ball coming out. I thought that there was, I wasn't entirely certain. But yeah, hopefully it ends up being good. I know that the track record for Super Monkey Ball games is that they started off good, and then a lot of companies took over and didn't really know what they were doing. Or at least I watched a video on that super recently. But yeah, hopefully, you know, they're able to make something nice. I don't know what would qualify as nice for Super Monkey Ball. Like I said, I didn't play it, but it'd be cool if people who are fans of that series get a game that they've been waiting decades for. It's always sad when games like that fail, at the very least. I wouldn't want to see, you know, Super Monkey Ball gets a new title for the first time in ages and it's bad. That would suck. Wouldn't be a good time. Let me scroll around here. I think I caught most things in the chat. Shadow needs to be edgy, roast the fuck out. Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about Shadow. Yeah, looking forward to the game coming out. Hopefully they do him justice as a character, and hopefully we get to see him pull out a gun. You know, we're already gonna be blessed this year in terms of Sonic content. You know, if you're a Sonic fan, there are a lot of things to get hyped about. We get to watch gun down Maria again, potentially multiple times this year. And I think if you're a Sonic fan, you're gonna be hearing that, you're gonna be pumping your fists, like, yeah, let's go. So we get to watch that. That'll be fun. What else? What other big things are coming? I mean, the return of Black Doom, everyone's favorite bad guy, as we all know. There's a lot of good things. Jokes aside, though, I do hope that not only A, is the game good, but B, I think it would be funny if Shadow pulled out a gun. I think it would be great. Some people won't agree with that take. And I say, I don't know, I think it'd be funny. They already had so many allusions to the Shadow the Hedgehog game. Hell, they literally brought back the main bad guy of that one. Just give him a gun. He doesn't have to use it in the game. Just give him a gun. Have him grab a gun and then just drop it. You know, just something. Shadow DLC. Dude, I hope so too. So you know how they're bringing back Black Doom and everything, and they're kind of keeping a lot of the details close to their chests. You know, we're getting like a, what was that little bit of God, I can't say it, or I can't remember the word. Oh, they were showing us that, you know, they're bringing back, for example, the prototype, the prototype fight. Dude, why am I forgetting the names of these characters? The Bio Lizard. There we go. They're bringing back the Bio Lizard, bringing back Black Doom. I hope that means we're gonna get more, you know, Rick, or more of the older bad guys coming back, because Mephiles the Dark is straight up the best Sonic villain. I mean, outside of like Dr. Eggman, but Eggman's up and down. But like, Mephiles has had one title, and he's such a good and compelling bad guy. And they just never did anything with him ever again. It would be amazing if he came back for the game and they're just like holding that detail close to their chest. They're not letting us know just yet. Although he is kind of main bad guy material, to be fair. If you're gonna bring him back, I'd rather him be the bad guy as opposed to Black Doom. But I mean, it's fine. Mephiles he's from Sonic 06. Yeah, Sonic 06 had a number of good ideas and great characters. I think Silver's a great character. I think Mephiles is a great character. It's unfortunate that the game itself was rushed out the gate so hard that nothing really came to fruition out of those ideas. But Mephiles is one of the shining... how do I put it? I was gonna say details. I don't know, he's just one of the best parts to come from that game. That's all I need to say. Also, Tef, I see you in the YouTube chat. What's up? I'm glad every Sonic fan is ready to see that again. Dude, everyone's been hyped. It's all I hear about. It's like, yo, did you hear we're gonna get to watch Maria die multiple times this year? Like, yo, I'm fucking ready. Dude, that's like the most hype point that's being discussed at the moment. If you're a Sonic fan, you've probably heard that joke done to death. And I'm sorry for reiterating it, of course. But like, I mean, who isn't hyped to watch Gun exact revenge upon a tiny girl for no reason? Yeah, it'll be sick. Yeah, Sonic 06 had a hella potential. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just a shame that the game came out in the state that it did, and that Sega rushed it for that Christmas release. Because the game genuinely could have been awesome. Also, it's a shame that they pulled half their staff off of the game because money. Because, oh, we need a branch of people to work on the Wii side of things. This game, it's too advanced for the Wii, but the Wii's making so much money that we need to put something on there. So I know that you're working on this like big AAA title. We know that you're already on a time crunch, but like, can we just take all your devs and move them over to the money-making machine over there? Is that okay with you guys? Oh, it's not? Oh, it's okay, because we're doing it anyway. They're gonna make us money, you know? You guys, yeah, just do whatever. Mainline Sonic title, yeah, just make it. Who cares? What, you're complaining you have like half your staff? Nah, you don't get to complain. We fire you if you complain. That was basically Sega. They saw that the Wii was popping off. They're like, hey, you know that game that we're making that's going to be really hard to make and we're already crunching you for time? What if you just didn't have the same staff? What if we pulled all your staff off to work on this other title that will also fail. It's just like, god damn it, dude. They literally wrote their own death sentence. It is the worst. Hell yeah, one cap for each screen. Let's go. Anyways, bedtime, doing this character Justin the Big Fan. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. If you're going to be heading out, Tef, totally cool, of course. I appreciate you stopping on by. I appreciate you taking the time out to check out the YouTube stream as well. Thanks a lot. And hopefully I can see you very soon. Got to join near the end. How are things going? What's going on, Ramana? I'm doing pretty well. As far as how are things going, I think they're going nicely. Just been talking about random things, and luckily we managed to get the multi-stream up and running, so that's something I've been meaning to do since Twitch allowed multi-streams. So now we got the YouTube VOD that'll be up, which will be cool, and all of the hours I spend streaming will go towards potentially getting monetized on YouTube so I can put out my tutorial stuff. So that'll be good. That'll be a good time. They made 3 terrible Sonic Boom games. Yeah, dude, they just, I don't know. Sega just doesn't know what they're doing. They're just trying to like milk Sonic for all it's worth. Luckily, they stopped doing that, and like I said, they're bringing back all these other like older titles so that they don't need to milk Sonic every year. Maybe this year notwithstanding, they got the movie, they got the games. Like, there's an obvious reason to milk the Sonic titles for this year at least. But I'm glad, at the very least, that they're, how do I put it? I don't know, they're not spreading themselves too thin. And they'll have all these other titles so they don't need to put pressure on Sonic for a yearly release, since clearly Sonic Team is not big enough for that. And even if it were, yearly release schedules are hard to stick by, you know? I want someone to hand shadow a gun so we can make the do a crime memes with it. That'd be good. Looking at the gameplay for the new Yakuza game right now, and where the fuck are they? I can't say I'm super familiar with the Yakuza games myself. Did they announce a new one? I mean, well, I guess that's what you were saying, right? Not gonna lie, Sonic Prime show went kind of hard. I liked a lot of what the Sonic Prime show brought to the table. It's unfortunate that the writing was really boring in a lot of areas. I watched the first one. I just watched like highlights for the next 2 seasons after that. For at least in my take, or for what I was looking for from that show at the very least, I do think Shadow was done pretty much perfectly. I don't think it's a perfect one-to-one recreation of the Shadow that I enjoy, but it's a Shadow that makes sense in the universe where Sonic's just an idiot and an asshole. If we're looking at that universe where Sonic is, again, an idiot and an asshole, that Shadow makes perfect sense. And that's like the perfect Shadow for that universe. Like, if they brought that Shadow over into the mainline games, I don't think it would work so well. I think it would be great in that it'd be better than what we've gotten. But I would like a Shadow that's more realized. Yeah, straight up, Deolace is hardcore carrying the YouTube chat, and I appreciate that, Deolace, by the way. Thank you so very much for sticking around throughout all this time. Oh, I pressed enter too early. Oh, means I might have missed one of your messages from earlier. Let's see. Also, Mimikyu, by the way. Hopefully you're having a great day, and thanks very much for dropping the message. I actually read it earlier, but I didn't say hi to you. Hopefully things are going well. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Gives me so much whiplash because you can see how Sega cares about the official Sonic YouTube channel and the free friggin' visual novel we got last year, Pick a Lane. Yeah, I think, yeah, I know. It's very strange. I don't know. I think that the fans of Sonic have gotten very good at knowing what they want. A lot of the best received Sonic titles within the last decade have been fan-made, which really tells you something about it. It does feel like they literally, obviously there's that joke of like, oh, Sega hire this man, whenever they make anything, you know? But I don't know, it seems to have a good track record. Sonic Mania was a fan-made title that was licensed by Sega and did amazingly. People cite it as the best Sonic game of all the time. You know what I mean? So if we're looking at that, then yeah, fans know what they want. Honestly, the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was a funny fan-made game, but it did pretty well, all things considered. Obviously, it didn't make the money. It wasn't a It wasn't a game that was meant to make money. But they clearly understood the universe. The writing in it's quite clever. A lot of references here and there. Like, again, the fans know what they want. It does just make you think that they should just straight up hire the Chaos X's team to make like a proper, or basically just to license their Project 06 and turn it into an official port. Like, oh, that will just be, you know, Sonic 06 moving forward. That'd be great, honestly. If they were just like, hey, you know, Chaos X, let's you know, get a team behind you. Let's make this our port. You know, this is the Sonic 06 port that people have been waiting decades for. I don't know if people have actually been waiting decades for it, but, you know, people have at least thought it might happen. Maybe. Want another Shadow title? Sonic with Guns was fun. I actually think that Sonic with Guns is not a terrible recipe. I've said this a lot, but actually, I mean, Sonic games have had shooting aspects to them for a long time. Look at all the adventure games. People love those. You literally have characters dedicated to shooting segments. Tails and Eggman in Adventure 2, Gamma in Adventure 1. These are like highlights of, or for some people, they're highlights of those games. Specifically Gamma in Adventure 1. People love Gamma in that game and his playstyle. It's not that shooting can't work in these games, you know what I mean? And hell, the best part, like, as far as functionality goes, the shooting segments, or not the shooting segments, but the shooting mechanics in Shadow the Hedgehog are actually really well done and well realized. They're not, like, clunky, they're not, what is the word, glitchy, or, you know, oh, they don't work all the time. They work well, and they're consistently the best part of the game. It's just, it's goofy to see Shadow with, like, a realistic-looking gun, and yeah, that's fair. They probably should have made a less realistic-looking gun, or given him an arsenal of less realistic guns, and it would have worked better. It's still funny that Shadow holds the gun in the first place, because realistically, he probably outruns all the bullets anyway, but still. I think there are ways they could have made it work, is all I'm getting at. Made best since 3 Knuckles, don't change my mind. Fair enough, fair enough. Speaking of which, those games, those same devs just released a new game I'm enjoying quite a lot. Oh, which one? I'm surprised that they're releasing new ones. Or rather, I didn't think that they were releasing new ones. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't think about that. It makes sense. Super successful dev team makes a new game, obviously. But love this art, it's so cute. Well, thank you, thank you. What's going on, Karma Indigo? How's it going? Hopefully, life's treating you well, you know? Update, still working on the cat. Ooh. I can't show you guys what I'm looking at, but I'm seeing some work done on the VTuber models that I did some work for. Ah, looking cool. Oh, they added an effect that's really nice. I had to send them the RGB elements, and those look pretty well realized. It's called, oh, where did that go? My Twitch chat keeps jumping around. I don't know why it does that. But save, don't forget. Oh yeah, it's all good. I don't forget to save. We're chilling. I'll save right now. It's called Penny's Big Breakaway. They're under the same Evening Star. And they're under the same Evening Star? Huh. You can jump in on people's head. You can jump on people's heads and kill them with Sonic. Well, let me introduce you to my Glock. I was watching a lot of videos last night while I was drawing, just about like the Sonic comics. Because why not? I need something to listen to. I hadn't watched any content about them in quite some time. And apparently recently they've just been giving Eggman his Glock. Straight up in the comics, all Eggman does is he's just like, oh my god, there's one of those anthropomorphic hedgehogs around here. And he just grabs them by the head, whips out his Glock, and is like, I'll blow her brains out. It's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Eggman, calm down. My god! What are you doing? So yeah, he's been very trigger happy with his Glock in the comics. He's also been really big on just manhandling all of Sonic and his friends just by being faster than them, which I think is funny. It's a very extreme response. Yeah, it's something I would have expected from the Archie comics, like the old ones that are really unhinged. But it's just funny seeing in like the new IDW comics, which generally work really well in the Sonic universe, minus 1 or 2 points. But like, you know, it feels as though they mesh with the games pretty nicely. And you just have Eggman reaching out, grabbing one of Sonic's friends by the head, or by the face, and then just grabbing out his Glock. It's just like, bro. Bro, what is happening? Oh. Still call him Dr. Robotnik because of the old cartoons. Never got used to Eggman. Fair enough, fair enough. And, you know, understandable. That's amazing. I like that it's goofy, but it still works. If anyone's played, like, the old Sonic games, there's actually a scene where Eggman literally just straight up outruns Sonic for no reason. Like, he's pretty fast. And while it'd be dumb to have him consistently outrun Sonic, that would be dumb. I like that they kept that he's fast. And if any of Sonic's slower friends are around him, he can't just grab them. I think that's funny. He better with those long-ass legs. True, honestly. He got that runner's build, you know? Long legs, really tall, huge belly, big for running. Big. Exactly the kind of body type you want. Let's see, is Robotnik being Eggman's grandpa canon across most media? Well, Robotnik is his last name, canonically. So he calls himself Eggman, at least according to Sonic Frontiers, the reason he calls himself Eggman is because Sonic, as a joke, calls him Eggman instead of Robotnik to make fun of him, and he repurposed that to give him power. Kind of like a weird reference, but in the Counter-Strike scene, there's a pro named JW who's kind of on the heftier side, and the joke was that whenever he would show up on camera, people would spam the pig emote, which is pretty mean, but they would do that. And he kind of repurposed that into his brand. He kind of made it a part of his thing, which made it more empowering, if that makes any sense. So the idea is that Eggman uses that moniker for himself because he wants to take the power away from the word and use it to empower himself. But even in the games, his name is Ivo Robotnik. At least as of the newer games. That's confirmed. Or Evo Robotnik, whatever. So for example, in Sonic Adventure 2, his grandfather is Gerald Robotnik. And his cousin is Maria Robotnik. Yeah, he's reclaiming the insult. He's a Chad then, respect. Yeah, it's a pretty Chadly move, I will say. Hard to claim otherwise. They made him not sensitive to the insult. Well, I think they were just trying to find a way to make it canon. Or to make both names canon. So like he can be Eggman, but he can also be Robotnik. I don't remember which game caused him to be Robotnik is his actual name. I think, was it Adventure 1? I think in Adventure 1 he calls him Eggman. And then Eggman tries to correct him and say that his name is Robotnik. As a villain, it makes sense he wouldn't care about the insults. It's true, it's true. Adventure 1 was the first game that used that name, I think? Yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure that that's the case. I think it was in Frontiers, they just claimed that the reason he will call himself Eggman at times, like the Eggman Empire, for example. Or like whenever he names stuff, he names it with Eggman in mind. Frontiers is just the first game to mention the reason as to why he chooses to continue calling, or why he calls himself Eggman when it's clearly an insult. I love Eggman sticking around in most games, even when he's not the main antagonist. Yeah, I feel like it's rarely ever the case these days that he's the main antagonist. He's usually just... How do I put it? He's usually the reason why the events in the game take place, a lot of the time. But it's rarely ever the case that he's the main bad guy. They always introduce a new bad guy with every title. You know, he is a bad guy in Adventure, or in Adventure 2. But at the end of the day, Gerald Robotnik is the main bad guy of Adventure 2. You know what I mean? He is a bad guy in Sonic Adventure, and he's the reason the events happen. But Perfect Chaos is the main bad guy at the end of the game. He's the reason why the world gets blown apart in Sonic Unleashed, but, you know, Dark Gaia is the main bad guy. Like, that's pretty much always the case. It's very rare that he is the main bad guy. One of the few games where that's the case would be, like, Sonic Forces. Eggman is the main bad guy. And the other characters, like Infinite, for example, are just working under Eggman. Who's the bad guy in Sonic Zero Gravity? I can't say I've played that game. I played Sonic Riders, like the original, but I can't say I've played any of the other ones, Zero Gravity and Free Riders. Then we get a sitcom, Eggman in the Boom Show. I don't remember much about what he was like. I've seen a couple of scattered clips here and there. I know they made him look more muscular, which I think is funny. The only scenes I've seen, though, are like the one where he's kissing up to the Sonic Boom Shadow, which is the outright worst written shadow in any Sonic series ever. I don't think it gets much worse than Sonic Boom Shadow. That is the most flanderized version of the character, and it's horrible. It makes me so angry. He's like insanely edgy. It's like, your friendship is why you're weak, Sonic. It's just like, oh my god, stop it. Stop it. This isn't him. He's just hungry. He's not him when he's hungry, please. Sonic Riders is unironically one of my favorite racing games ever. I think the original Sonic Riders had a lot of good ideas. And I love that there's that fan project going around where people are trying to essentially merge the first two games, but with the mechanics of the first refined to a T, to make them all feel balanced. Oh, bro, what's up? What's up? Man, I feel like I've gotten so little outlining done. Apologies. Riders is a really fun game. Let's get used to the mechanics. Yeah, I think so. I really like Riders. I played it a ton with my brother, sister, cousins when I was little. Go over to my cousin's house like every day, and that was one of the games we kept coming back to. Who's the bad guy in... Oh, I already read that. Time check. Oh, it's getting a bit late. Yeah, let me head out, or let me find somewhere to head out to. I don't think YouTube allows us to do any raid type stuff, so there's that, but we'll find a place here on Twitch. I feel like it can be summarized as him showing up with a few robots every week, getting beaten, then going home. like his shift is over. I guess that sounds pretty accurate to what I understand, so fair enough. Let's see, who's live? Okay, I got just the place to send us over to. So when you get there, I would appreciate, of course, if you were to drop follows, say hello, and be the nice, kind, and inviting people I'd always expect. Question, is this character wearing a high-waisted skirt? Yes. Or a skirt that they pulled down. High-waisted skirt. It goes under the start of the chest. as far as I understand. It's kind of hard to tell, but I've seen a couple of clips now, and it seems to be that this is the way that it's drawn. I've been talking too much. I was reading. No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. No worries on that front. Here, we'll start the raid. If you guys want to check me out on all my social media, links will be right there in the chat. That reminds me, I need to come up with a description on the YouTube side of things. I'll figure that out as we go. But there's the merch. Merch store, by the way, is getting a nice update. Oh, you know what? I should probably put the Discord in the YouTube chat. At the very least of all the links, that one's important. But, just for the sake of the VOD and everything. Discord if you want to know when we go live. Merch store if you want to pick up any Boom Mouse Pads, posters, stickers, or desk mats. We're getting those in. And all that stuff should be updated within the next few days. So I'll let you guys know when all the new posters drop, when all the new stickers drop, all the new desk mats. And a Patreon as well. I've been consistently updating to the Patreon, and I will be doing so going forward. So if you guys want to check out some of the stuff on the Patreon, I'd greatly appreciate that, of course. It would definitely make me happy. I will keep streaming this piece for tomorrow. I'll probably keep working on it off stream a little bit and come back to the stream. Hopefully the outlining done, as well as putting some more work into the mousepad piece and whatnot. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace out.